restoration and storage. Some of them were experts in hazardous materials handling, like asbestos and lead testing. That was their daily work. And some of them were members of law firms handling bad faith claims and general business disputes. You see, diversification is the name of the game. When you are represented by Avner Gatt's team, you have the entire team's experience and know-how by your side. No one, and I mean no one, messes with Avner Gatt and his team. So call Avner Gatt right now, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. That's AvnerGatt.com, AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. When you call him directly, Avner Gatt and his family, they take the calls themselves. Avner Gatt says, hello.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard-level versatility.
Huddle up. The food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
FX's grotesquerie.
This killer is someone who knows anatomy.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Detective, you have an entire family murdered.
Niecy Nash Betts.
The monster is out here.
Courtney B. Vance.
God knows what darkness we let in.
And Travis Kelce.
There's no future after this.
FX's grotesquerie. All new Wednesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
It's time for Sedano and Cap.
A little sabor, and we're going to just nosh.
It is George Sedano. It is Cap Kaplan. Sedano and Cap is on for your Monday afternoon.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Here we go on Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy this. The boys are back from the weekend. We'll find out about college football trail. And how about Cappy's trail to New England with his boy Alex Van Pelt. Cappy, tell your boy Alex Van Pelt to tell the head coach of the Patriots to stop being so conservative. They have no wins. Maybe then they could have smoked the Rams. Instead, the Rams smoked them. Plus, USC wins. Lakers a winning weekend. We'll recap all of that. Plus, the usual tomfoolery and hijinks. Let's do it. The LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
Hey, Jerusalem Cherry.
He likes to lay the wood.
Yeah. You say Kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year.
Christopher can go to hell. Oh, nothing worse than the horse. Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like, how do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger. Hey, these Hard Knocks guys are all over me right now. It's like I'm back in Dayton. You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm?
I mean, look at me. I'm a hot piece of ass. I mean, look at him.
Sedano and Cap, your Monday afternoon right now.
What happened to the music? Oh, there we go.
Come on, man.
And I had to do it myself.
Oh, come on,
Did he
man.
not put it in? I guess not.
Bing, ba-dum-bum. Yeah. Ding, da-dum-bum. Mm-hmm. Boom, ba-dum-bum. Ding, da-dum-bum. You know, George, yesterday, when this song came on during the Rams-Patriots game, I immediately stood up right away and started playing my air bass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What happened to the fade?
I mean, there's two different Eminence fronts going on right now.
Oh, really? Two different Eminence fronts.
I had to play my
Chris's
own.
came in late. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
He had some space in between. You know, Chris got a lot of things going on these days.
Does he?
Yeah.
You
By
got-
the way,
Yeah.
this glass not as soundproof as you guys think. I heard you guys bitching about me ripping your teams.
I said George only roots against the Cavs because it's my team.
I don't root against the Cavs.
Yes, you do.
And the only reason
Honestly,
he cares about the Chargers is because I hate them.
I don't even think about the Cavs very often, unless you bring them up. But then I tell you my honest opinion, and you don't like it.
Because I think that you only root against them. Because,
I don't
because
care.
it's my team. And Cap said just like the Chargers, and he said,
but
yeah.
I don't. No,
Yeah, you do.
But that's not Cappy's team. I actually like the Chargers.
Well, you know what I mean.
Are they your adopted team now? Are
you
they your
root
new?
for
Are they
They're
your
not
new
my
Dodgers?
adopted team, but they're like fun.
You
like,
root for them.
Harbaugh's fun. Like they're fun. They're winning. Herbert now is back to showing people he's a really good quarterback. Like, what's wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. Last night's game was incredibly entertaining.
Was it more entertaining than your time in New England?
I don't know if it was more entertaining, but it was, just in terms of like sitting down to watch a football game, like if you didn't care about either of those two teams and you said, I'm going to watch Sunday Night Football, that was a very, very entertaining football game.
Yeah.
Similar to, by the way, the game that you called on Saturday, a game that I wasn't going to watch, Stanford versus Louisville.
Biggest upset on the board on Saturday.
That's a great game. And the kid who kicked that 52-yard game-winning field goal, I heard a lot of debate today on NFL Today about the Bears having their field goal blocked from 46 yards. Like, well, you shouldn't leave a guy out that far. You should move it in closer and make it easier. I'm like, dude, you got kids in college kicking 62-yard field goals and kids at Stanford kicking 52-yard game-winning walk-offs. Don't tell me about an NFL guy who can't kick a 46-yard field goal to win a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had fun?
Had a great weekend. You know what's cool, George, is that when you're like familia, this is my college roommate. I was the best man in his wedding. He was the best man in mine, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
When you're
one of the few things I'm sure you're trying to remember about that wedding night.
Yeah, well, if we're talking about my wedding night, yes, that's true. There's I'm trying to block it all out now, you know what I mean, all these years later.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but when your BFF is an offensive coordinator, play caller, he's one step away from being a head coach. So he's got a little bit more clout in the organization, if you will.
He's got some juice, yeah.
I'm telling you, man, we went into the offices on Saturday and took a tour of the offices, the locker rooms, the training facilities, walked out on the field when it was completely empty. Got to really go behind the scenes and see what's going on and hear about what's going on. And, it was a great time. I will say this, you got to give the Rams a lot of credit for showing up yesterday the way they did. Matthew Stafford, now that he's got Puka and Cooper back, he's got himself a high-powered offense. And that defense of the Rams, which, listen, Drake May played a really solid game. He was 30 for 40. Probably played the best of all the rookie quarterbacks this past weekend.
Right.
But, the Rams are a team that, when you look at their division, they are so alive in all of this. And for the Patriots, they're not really that alive. And when Chris said in the open to be less conservative, I agree. We had a long talk about it last night after the game. Like, why on 3rd and 1 are you running the ball as opposed to coming up with something a little bit more creative versus, hey, I'm just going to put it in the offensive line's hands and say move bodies, and it didn't work.
Right.
Tell me I want to hear about the weekend that you had, though, because not only did you have a college football game Saturday, turned it around and did G League last night.
I did the Bronny game, and there were a bunch of guys who were like two-way players in that game for both teams. So it was fun. I got to see Amel Traore, which played for the Lakers against the Pelicans at the end of that game, and he got 4 minutes there. They like him a lot. Kid played in France last year. And who else played in that game?
How'd you like Maxwell Lewis last night in that game?
Maxwell Lewis played well.
Quincy Oliveri.
Quincy Oliveri, yeah.
How'd you like Kyler Kelly? You like him?
Kyler Kelly's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's an NBA player necessarily, but he's a good G League player, I think.
You know who I really like is Alex Fudge. I really like that guy.
You like his name.
Yeah, Alex Fudge. And I also like DeJuan Gordon. I think he's a really nice player, too.
It's Dejuan, actually.
Yeah, him, too. Yeah, him. Yeah. I'm just reading names off the box score, just so you know, because I really wasn't watching the G League last night. You'll have to excuse me.
I'm glad you got Kyler Kelly, though, right, because he spells it kind of funky.
Yeah.
His first name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How'd you like Solomon Young?
He didn't play very much.
Oh, Solly, only 8 minutes for Solly, huh?
Oh, they do have a kid named Marlon Veal.
Yeah.
This guy is 5'8", like 155 pounds, but he is a baller, the South Bay Lakers.
Marlon Veal, huh?
Yeah, he is a baller, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You call him anything last night, like veal parmigiana or anything like that?
I was looking for a food pun, but I couldn't get it in properly. Yeah. Not where it was like super cheesy. I was trying to just make it as like like if he hit another 3, I was gonna say he's cooking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something like that. But it just I didn't get a chance to get it in.
As far as that game on Saturday, though, Stanford versus Louisville, you said it was the biggest upset of the weekend. What was the line going into that game?
I think it was like 20. I want to say it finished at like 21, 22 in that range. Yeah.
And did I not tell you that Louisville stinks?
They don't stink. Like, they're really good. They lost by 1 score to some like top 10 teams. So they don't stink, but they had I have never seen a meltdown like I saw. By the way, you said Florida stinks too. They went into LSU and kicked their ass.
Yeah, LSU's not very good either.
LSU's not good either? Who's good?
I'll tell you who's good. You know who's good, who you didn't want to give me credit on last week? Georgia. Georgia beat up on Tennessee. Georgia's good.
Tennessee's not that good.
Oh, okay, so nobody's good. All right,
That's
good.
what I'm saying. My point is nobody's that
Everybody
good.
stinks. Everybody freaking stinks.
No, there is no dominant team in college football. But anyway, the Rams won. Yep. I was excited about that.
Yeah, it was a good win.
Yeah, well, they needed it. I mean, it was like, because basically now it's, I mean, I know there's like a chance that they can get in the playoffs without winning the division, but it's almost unlikely that they get in the playoffs without winning the division at this point.
That's because certain divisions, and the NFC West is now one of them, where you're leading right now with Arizona at 6-4 and everybody else is 5-5. You look at the NFC South just as an example. Yeah. Everybody's awful. Atlanta's leading the division at 6-5. Everybody else is a 4-win or a 3-win team. And New Orleans, by the way, went from being a 2-win team 2 weeks ago to replacing their coach and winning 2 straight games, which was crazy. But you look around, the NFC West is likely only going to have a division winner, and the NFC South is likely going to only have a division winner. So is it out of the question that the Rams could still win the division? Absolutely not. Of course, it's still available for them because San Francisco is not what we all thought they were going to be going into the season.
Right.
And I don't know that any of us trust Arizona yet.
Yeah, I mean, their red zone efficiency has been terrible. Like, yeah,
that's exactly what I was going to say. Their red zone efficiency was very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm glad you had a good time, and your boy was happy to see you.
Yes, we had a really great time. Again, my point is, like, when you walk in the back of like the Patriots, you kind of forget. Because it looks like a new modern stadium, but it's been there a long time. But when you walk into the Patriots,
old,
right? When you walk into the Patriots facilities, though, George, you have to get an appreciation for, oh, man, this was an organization that's been in 10 Super Bowls in the last, 25 years. This is an organization that won 6 of 10 Super Bowls. Here's all the rings. Here's all the storylines. Here's all the legendary coaches that have coached within this organization. And, of course, George, I want you to know one thing right now that I think is important for me to set up for the rest of the week. Mm-hmm. I am now the owner of a Tom Brady jersey.
Oh, well, let's talk about that on the other side. But also, let's get into the Lakers, too, because they've had a good week. Speaking of you having a good week and the Rams having a good week, the Lakers have had a good week. They've won 5 in a row. And what has gone into their 5-game win streak? We'll get into all that in a second. But first, let's talk some Prize Picks, Cappy, because there's plenty of stuff to hit on Prize Picks. We got NFL football today, and then we've got hockey, we got basketball, we got all sorts of stuff we can play today.
I have not made a play yet for tonight's Monday Night Football game, but I'm into it. I really am. I'm so in on it. So whoever has like the smart ideas, okay, you can tweet me at Scott Kaplan. You can tweet Sedano at Sedano. Do this. Make your Prize Picks. Okay, first of all, download the Prize Picks app. Use our code Kappy, K-A-P-P-Y, right?
Of course, yes.
Make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus, whether you win or lose, it doesn't matter. But here's what I want you to do.
Yeah, and by the way, it is the only place you can get sports action in the state of California. And once you win and you make that $5 play and get that $50 bonus and you win something on Prize Picks, you can get your money in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, so here's what I want you to do. Make your Prize Picks now and then immediately share them with us. There's a share button on Prize Picks. Tweet them and tag me and George so that we can see your picks, because thus far, as of today, I've got nothing going. I have not Cooper Rush tonight. More or less than 180.5 passing yards for the Cowboys. See, I'm inclined to want to go more. 180? So give us your Prize Picks. C.J. Stroud tonight, 235.5 passing yards. You going more or less?
I'm going to go less.
Okay, so I would go more on Cooper Rush. I would go less on C.J. Stroud. 2 plays to win $20 to win $55. It's a 2.75. Is my 2 correct. There you go. All right. Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code Kappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Make a $5 play. Get a $50 bonus whether you win or lose. Prize Picks. Run your game.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Drive away now in the Hyundai Santa Fe with 1.99% APR for 72 months. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end December 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Score a win with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup options. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations that are near you. Choose an Amazon locker or counter. Whether you're hustling between home, work, or your usual game day spots, grab your packages on your schedule. Amazon Pickup is the worry-free option for the times when home delivery isn't ideal. To find your nearest Amazon Pickup location, go to amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotondo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going and going and going. Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotondo Chevrolet.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
And it is Sedano and Cap here Monday afternoon on Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We got to start here. Happy 97th birthday to Mickey Mouse. Oh, boy. Let's play the Fantasmic theme. I love Fantasmic. Sedano and Cap continues here Monday afternoon right now.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
To Mickey.
I mean, the big boss man.
Big boss mouse.
Yeah, that too. Well, he's like a mouse man, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there is that. Yes.
I just sent you a tweet, by the way.
You did?
I did. Just kind of taking a look a little bit at the behind the scenes where I was this past weekend, checking out the Rams and the Patriots.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Really cool. It's like when you go to all these college football facilities and, like, you walk in and, like, the average person is not walking into their, team offices and getting to see the team's history and, just all the stuff that you get to see that the average person does not.
Correct.
That was what I was doing this weekend at the Patriots. Had never seen any of
when I
this.
sent you the picture of, it was really more for Ramona, but it was you and Mason were attached to it because we were having the conversation about Stanford and how great they've been historically in athletics. And I sent you the picture of the 167 championship sign that they have.
Yeah. That picture you sent to me, and I was on a plane. Like when you're on a plane, you
don't get the picture.
You get a text, but you can't download the picture.
Yeah.
So I missed it, but I did get the picture that you sent me. I really loved the other day where you had written some notes on your charts.
Oh, with your guy. So Stanford has a kid, number 97, a defensive tackle, Zach Rao. who you knew growing up as a kid back in South.
That's right. And this kid, coming out of high school, he was offered USC, Oregon, and decided to go to Stanford, which was the right move for the kid. But I was like, George, you got to keep an eye on this guy. So anytime there's a kid that I know that you're broadcasting the game, Kirk Morrison is, I always make sure to, ask you guys to keep a good eye on him. And it seemed like in your notes, everybody's into him.
I asked the defensive coordinator, Bobby April, about him specifically, and he raved about him. And then I wrote that in my notes, and then I sent you a picture of it.
Yeah. And Bobby April, oh, my God, when you told me his name, I was like, man, you talk about a guy who's been in the coaching profession forever. That guy has been around. I had no idea he was.
Well,
at Stanford.
no, not he. The son.
Oh, a junior.
Yes.
I was going to say, damn, this guy's like 90 years old. He's coaching at Stanford.
The older Bobby is 71. Yeah.
Okay,
but,
gotcha.
But the son, Bobby April.
God, it really does take a parent to be a coach to get into coaching. It does.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So yeah. But speaking of coaching, I think JJ's done a nice job with these Lakers. They've got a 5-game winning streak going on. And I think, Cappy, for years, you and I have talked about this on this show, how to unlock the best version of AD. And J.J. Redick has done that. If you look at some of the numbers that AD is putting up, it is absolutely insane, okay? Like, what he's accomplished with Anthony Davis. Like, Anthony Davis is having an MVP caliber type of season. Like, he is doing some of the stuff that I think everyone was hopeful that he could do for many years, and for one reason or another, injury probably being the biggest issue, I think, in regards to achieving those goals. He had not reached those particular instances or feats at this point, but, I mean, man, when you talk about a guy who is putting up these kind of numbers, like AD's numbers are only rivaled in Laker history by guys like Wilt and Kareem to start the season.
Okay, I just want to say this.
I
just want to say this one thing about in terms of like MVP stuff. We're like 12 games into the season, right? So we're not very far in, and I know that in the NBA, people really concern themselves with the MVP. I'm more of a team award guy than I am an individual honor guy, but okay, I got it. George, you're right.
But if he plays at that MVP type pace, then the Lakers can be better than people anticipated.
Okay, but I want to push back on something you said, which is this. You said the reason he hasn't been able to achieve the sort of caliber that he's playing at right now is primarily because of injury.
Yes, his availability.
But I would also argue this, though. I think J.J. Redick has done two things. One is he has had enough dialogue and has enough of a relationship with LeBron to say, LeBron, to help you be as healthy as you can be, to help the team win as many games as we can win, and to help you prolong your career as long as you want to prolong it, Anthony Davis must be the focal point of our offense. Now, you see, the thing is, George, is that for probably the last 3 or 4 years, we've been hearing everybody say it, but we haven't been seeing anybody do it.
Yeah, and JJ's been able to accomplish that, and it's an incredible feat, as I would say, but I do agree that he is coaching LeBron in a way that he's probably only really been coached twice before that. And by guys that, one that he eventually respected in Spoelstra, and one that he respected out of the gate because of his playing career, Tyronn Lue. And I think JJ has that kind of skin in the game at this point. Kind of like our guy Jacob Imrani, who has skin in the game with the Lakers, is the official accident attorney of the Lakers. And look, our friend Jacob is everywhere. And as it was announced here a while back, it's not just the Lakers. It's the Rams, too. He's now a proud partner of the Rams. And if you have been at any Rams game, you've seen Jacob. Not only has he been at the games, he's been on the Jumbotron pumping up the crowd in the third quarter. You see Jacob. He's a sports fan like all of us, Cappy. He loves L.A. and wants what's best for Angelino. So if you happen to be involved in any accident, it wasn't your fault, Jacob is what's best for you. It's very simple. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. As passionate as Jacob is about LA sports teams, he's even more passionate about getting justice for his clients. So if you're down on the dumps after an accident, feel like it's third and long, well, call Jacob. 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. Always the correct play is to dial Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. And not only will you get the first down, he'll lead you to victory. So call Jacob because he's the real deal at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or visit him online at calljacob.com. So back to the Lakers.
Yeah. Go back to AD for one quick second, though, George. Your point about J.J. Redick. Look, J.J. Redick had a relationship with LeBron before he became the coach of the team.
Correct.
Okay? Darvin Ham did not have a relationship with LeBron before he became the coach of the team.
Coach Hamon.
Darvin Ham was very, very happy to get his first head coaching job. And because he was so happy and because of the superstar that he was coaching, in many ways, my perception is that Darvin Ham was willing to sort of take a back seat. Okay? J.J. Redick, on the other hand, did not need to take this job. He was making plenty of money working for ESPN. He probably had a lot less stress in his life while working for ESPN.
Yes, for sure.
And again, comes through the door with a relationship so that he can probably, this is again perception, probably say to LeBron, I want you to be healthy, I want you to win, and I want to coach you for the next 4 years, not the next year or two. For you to do those things, you got to trust me. And I'm telling you, as somebody who sat back and watched from the outside, analytically and from a basketball mind standpoint, you got to trust me. Anthony Davis must be the focal point of this offense. And for the first time, in my opinion, we're actually watching LeBron say, I get it. I understand why we need to do it. And, oh, by the way, I think you're right. And that's why I think Anthony Davis is playing at this level right now.
That's all fair. I still think that availability is the biggest reason, though. I mean, he hasn't always been available. And I think
right, but how many games did he play last year?
But we saw glimpses of this over the last 2 years where AD would take over for stretches at a time, and then something would happen.
Yeah, but I mean, last year, what did he play? 72 games?
Well, last year he played the most games of his entire, I want to say of his entire career.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, certainly in a Laker uniform.
Yeah, so look, you're right. I mean, he's available. He's played in 12 of the, I think it's 13 games so far.
Correct. He had that, and then he left one game early where he got poked in the eye against Toronto.
Right.
Jakob Poeltl hit him.
But listen, if
you familiar with Jakob?
I like the name Jakob. I always like when you think their name is Jacob, but then they go no it's Jakob. Okay, hey, my bad.
Jakob and Ronnie.
Yeah, like Jakob and Ronnie. Exactly right. Right. Depending on who you are, you call him. You could ask for Jacob,
or Jakob.
You could ask for Jakob.
By the way, Anthony Davis' 76 games last year was the most he's ever played.
Yeah,
76. What about the year before?
The year before he played in 56.
56.
Okay, got it.
There you go.
Can I add that these last 2 games, the bench production has actually increased? Like, J.J. Redick has made tweaks in the lineup.
Oh, no, yeah.
By starting Max Christie and starting Dalton Knecht, and you've seen the scoring and the
correct.
The
everything has
fluid.
gone up, and D'Lo, when he's in the game, is more effective, right? Whether he's mixing in with the starters or he's with the bench. Yeah, J.J.'s made all the right tweaks. I don't think there's any question. And Dalton Knecht, he has been able to connect with Dalton in a way that very few probably could, because if you're J.J., you're Dalton, you look at J.J.'s career, and I think Dalton actually has more wiggle to his game than J.J. did in his prime. But certainly in regards to just the shooting element and what's necessary on a more regular basis with this team, no one better to learn from than J.J.
The story of Dalton Knecht, what was the coach's name? Does anybody know the coach's name at Tennessee?
Rick Barnes.
Rick Barnes. Okay, because he was only there for a short period. He was only there for a year. But the story goes that Rick Barnes has said to Dalton Knecht, hey, your game is a lot like J.J. Redick's game. Yeah. So for Dalton Knecht, who, according to the reports, okay, those who study the NBA draft, Dalton Knecht was a top 5 caliber talent.
Yeah.
But he fell to 17 where the Lakers drafted him. So if your college coach has been telling you you're J.J. Redick-ish, and then you fall in the draft from top 5 to 17, and J.J. Redick becomes the coach of the Lakers, I mean, this is theoretically a basketball marriage made in heaven. And Dalton Knecht has been, I mean, listen, again, we're only 13 games in, but there are certain times where you look at a young player and you go, I can already see he's got it. And Dalton Knecht is that guy.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. He looks fantastic, and LeBron credited him when I had them the other night, and now AD did it after this last game against the Pelicans. So
nice shoes, too. Oh, thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
It's a hell of a pair of shoes you got there.
Yeah, but they've both now raved about Knecht. So, all right, Cappy, coming up next. The worm has turned.
The worm has turned.
But before that, tell us about Seller's Advantage.
God, I can't wait to try and convince you guys that the worm hasn't turned.
All
Here
right,
goes.
Just go.
Hey, Seller's Advantage. You want to sell your home. A lot of people do for a lot of different reasons. I got a friend of mine who's currently selling his home. And I said, oh, really? What's going on? What's the deal? And he goes, oh, we're moving out of the state. And I said, why are you guys moving out of the state? I'm curious. You guys have been here your whole lives. we can't get homeowners insurance. We live in a fire zone, and homeowners insurance went from, again, this is a friend telling me the story, from like $3,000 a year to like $15,000 a year. He's like, and I just can't do it anymore. So it doesn't really matter what reason you have for wanting to sell your home. It could be a story like this. Could be that the kids have all moved out. You got too much house. You want to downsize. Could be that you've been left a home. You inherited a home. You don't want to hold on to it. You don't want to pay the property taxes. Whatever your reason is for selling, Seller's Advantage has a custom solution for your needs. Here's how fast this works. They will make you a competitive cash offer, meaning you don't have to do any repairs. No paint, no cleaning, no staging, no nothing. They make you a competitive cash offer. You either decide, yes, I like it, I'll take it, or no, I don't like it, get out. But you really have nothing to lose because there's a no-obligation offer. So you call Seller's Advantage, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or you can visit them online at sellersadvantage.com. Let them come make you a competitive cash offer. You will have this thing closed, no complications, 10 days in and out. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be great. So do it. Sellersadvantage.com, 888-390-AS-IS, DRE number 0196-1658.
Steele throwing it down.
Backdoor cut to LeBron and a thunder dunk. Beautiful pass, and LeBron slams it home.
Guess who's back? Steele hitting big shot after big shot.
Three-pointer. Good again! Who is this guy? That's the oldest player in the league.
Live every thrill of LeBron and the Lake Show on 710 ESPN.
Still running the game, still.
Hey, guys, it's Cap. So you get this letter from the Department of Water and Power with two big, bold words, high usage. And you don't really know what to do about it, but you kind of have an idea of who you can blame. So you go knock on your daughter's door and you go, hey, would you stop showering for 45 minutes twice a day? And then you go to your son and say, would you please stop washing your car 3 times a week? And then you continue with your life until you get another one of these beautiful letters that says high usage on it. This is where the Water Boy comes in. The Water Boy specializes in pressurized leak detection. All they do, day in and day out, is go to homes and find leaks. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows them to visually and acoustically inspect your pipes to find that stubborn leak that's constantly flowing. It can be anything from a failing toilet to a burst pipe in your slab. You don't even know it existed. They have ample amounts of experience from water damage restoration to general construction and plumbing that, when combined, allows them to master the art of leak detection. They do non-destructive leak detections, which means they're not going to open or damage the structure of your home. Their equipment is advanced enough to listen to the exposed surfaces and indicate where the leak is occurring. They are widely used by homeowners, property managers, and even realtors to inspect pressurized water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Call Omer at the Water Boy Leak Detection today, 818-518-5055. Visit thewaterboyinc.com. That's the Water Boy Leak Detection at 818-518-5055. Talk to Omer. He's going to take good care of you at the Water Boy. Visit thewaterboyinc.com.
Be sure to listen to Rams Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr every Monday in the 9 a.m. hour on his new show, The Travis and DeMarco Show. He's going to give you his best of from the whole football weekend. And you know, when DeMarco serves up a best of, you know it means something. Don't miss it. They've got their best of the weekend, plus your chance to win a Fantasy Springs weekend getaway prize pack with your best of. That's Mondays in the 9 a.m. hour on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. Made possible by Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Escape the everyday at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, just minutes from Palm Springs.
Have you all heard about the P-roll?
Nurse Blake, the viral comedy sensation.
The P-roll states that you are never allowed to hook up, get married to someone at the hospital whose job starts with the letter P. Police, paramedics, firefighters.
Nurse Blake.
Yeah, that hit all of us.
Saturday, January 11th at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Buy tickets now at fantasyspringsresort.com.
Hey, it's Cappy. Get ready to smile every mile with Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Lease a brand new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Limited for just $284 a month for 36 months with $39.95 due at signing. And if you're looking to sell your car, they'll pay you cash for it on the spot. Ocean Subaru off the 91 freeway. Visit oceansubaruoc.com.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. Not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. VIN S37011188. MSRP $36,558. Lease for 36 months, 10K miles. Plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 11/20/2024.
FX presents American Sports Story. Aaron Hernandez.
Football is all I got. Everything's okay when I'm playing ball.
You can't make mistakes, Aaron. People are watching you.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Is there something that you want to tell me?
You don't know the kind of thoughts I have.
FX's American Sports Story. Aaron Hernandez. All new Tuesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
When I pull up to the parking lot, it's time to level up. Dial in, showing out for your team. Listen up, get you some. I stand the fan to give you what you need. Fan fuel, game time. Turn up the intensity. Team colors bleeding out. 5 hour energy. For a limited time, get the fan fuel flavor at 5hourenergy.com.
And it is Sedano and Cap here Monday afternoon. Yesterday, November 17th, happy birthday. He's on every Jersey Mike's commercial available. He turns 80 years old, the great Danny DeVito. Martin Scorsese turns 83. And yesterday, November 17th, back in 1984, the number one hit, Wham! Wake Me Up Before You Go-Go. Sedano and Cap continues your Monday afternoon right now.
Love this song.
I mean, I admit it. I loved Wham. I loved George Michael.
Oh, my God. It was very 80s, too.
Yeah.
In the 80s, those guys were, like, on top of the world, you know? And then, George Michael left Wham and then went on his own and had an incredible solo career. May he rest in peace.
What was the other guy's name from Wham?
Andrew
something or other.
Nobody even remembers.
And nobody knows who that guy is.
Poor guy.
Right? Did he even contribute?
Well,
what did he do?
He's like Dunkelman. Andrew Ridgely. This is his name, Andrew Ridgely.
Whatever happened to Dunkelman?
I don't know. Dunkelman's a comedian now, and he talks a lot about being Dunkelman.
I don't even know who Dunkelman is.
He was the other guy on American Idol.
Oh, really?
The first season.
Yeah,
oh, no
and
way,
then he
really?
left because he thought the show wasn't going to succeed, and then Ryan Seacrest became the biggest star in America, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He ain't that big, Ryan Seacrest. He ain't no Jake Paul. I'll tell you that right now.
Listen, I'm so glad I didn't waste my time watching any of that nonsense.
Shame.
It was a freaking Travis Schumachery, that film.
Nah.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
Cap, it was a disaster.
It was horrible. Everybody was complaining about it, and the feed was buffering. It was.
That was the problem.
Nightmare.
The bigger problem is Roger Goodell's sitting at home going, wait a second, how are we going to play live NFL games on Netflix if they can't even put this fight on?
How did they not, they're a tech company. How did they not prepare for this is what I want to know.
Are they a tech company?
They're supposed to be.
Are they?
They're supposed to be, yes.
I see them as a content company.
Okay, either way. They're a little bit of both. How about
they were the first streaming company ever. You know, the first company to stream.
They used
videos
to. They used to give you. You used to be able to get their DVDs in the mail back in the day.
I think you still can.
Oh, are you serious? You
didn't
know
know
that?
so.
Who's got a DVD player?
But you didn't know that that's how they started?
I don't think so.
You don't remember
Really?
Netflix being
They were competing with Redbox.
Yeah.
That was their whole point.
Yep.
Redbox, that was the vending machine in the grocery
Correct.
store?
Yeah.
I never used
Netflix had one, and they also had the little
Netflix
catalog.
was the original competitor to Redbox. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
And then they took over the world.
Well, I will save it for later for dealer's choice to get into this fight.
By the way, I hope so because God, what a disaster that thing was.
I loved it.
Oh my God, you would.
Of course.
God.
Poor Mike Tyson.
I'm glad he just made it out of there alive.
I know, it was sad. Once it got underway after the first round, you're like, wow, this is really sad.
It's very sad. By the way,
what's sad is that they got me again. They made me believe.
They got us all, Cappy.
Yeah.
They got all of us.
Shout out to Raider Rubin, by the way. His little girl Talia won the Glendora Youth Soccer Girls 9-division championship this past weekend. So,
Raider Rubin is always like asking us to send shout outs for everything. Hey, my daughter changed her diaper. Hey, look, can somebody say something on the radio about it?
Winning the Glendora championship is a big deal.
It is a big deal, right?
Yeah. And that might be the only mention the Raiders get here because they're not even on the rundown today. Because
Yes, that's
they are
true.
such a disaster. I mean, thank God I saw that coming. They were going to get destroyed, and they were my 5. The Dolphins were my 5 last week, but. It's just a nightmare. They're just a laughing stock, that team.
Yep, they are. And
so let's get to a team that actually matters.
Who's that?
The worm has turned. Oh, Cappy, your nightmare. The Chargers are actually good, and they were your Bengals last week were done in by a kicker.
I know.
Give each other a high five.
I know. I can't believe it. Okay, so look, here's the thing. I think a lot of people today are hitting me up on social media, and they're saying, okay, smart guy, what are you going to finally say now? You know, we all know you're Mr. Charger hater. We all know you're the card-carrying, leader of the Charger hater club. Mm-hmm. What are you going to say now? They're 7-3. They've won 4 straight games.
That game yesterday, in my lifetime, they lose that game 100 out of 100 times.
Right, but they're playing another team that has a similar history. Oh, don't roll your eyes at me.
That team was in the Super Bowl, and some people say we're a bad call away from winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but not this year. Listen, this year.
But that quarterback is still that guy.
And listen.
Yeah, but
think
there
about,
isn't like a whole phrase named after the Bengals, like the Bengals bangled. It's not the same thing.
Exactly.
But here's the thing.
They're not the Bungles anymore.
The Chargers had this monster lead, and at halftime, when everybody, what are you rolling your eyes at me about?
They had a monster lead, and then they blew it, and then they ended up winning because the kicker missed some field goals, and Cincinnati's not that good. You're just going to make excuses every week, and you know what's going to happen? They're going to shove it right up your.
Oh no! What's going to happen is this. No. Here's what's going to happen. Let me
right there, like a freaking enema.
No. Let me assure. By the way, that's
like a suppository.
Not such a bad thing. It could clean you out. It's not such a terrible thing.
Okay.
You know. All right.
You're so backed up.
Let me tell you what's going to happen. They're going to win.
Chargers are going to be your suppository.
I hope you're right. I want them to continue to win because I can't wait to see it all come crumbling down. But hold on a second.
But the point is this. You mocked us, okay? Me specifically, when I said they're going to win 10 games, they're going to make the playoffs, you thought I was out of my mind.
Well,
and here they are.
Well, hold on. I think you're wrong.
Door.
And I think you're wrong again. I don't think they're going to win 10 games. I look at the rest of their schedule. They might win 12 games.
See, this is what he's going to do. He's they should win every game.
But here's no. Hold on. Let me tell you what I think.
I turned
about
him into
this.
the Swedish chef there from the Muppets.
Very good. Let me tell you what I think. So here's the thing. Have you looked? They've won 4 straight games,
Who
and you're
cares?
right. What do you mean? Who cares?
Who cares who they've beaten?
Well, hold on a second.
I don't care that you and our counselor Robert Wilkins and Greg Bergman. I don't care. You know what happens in the NFL every week? Teams that are supposed to win lose all the freaking time.
Yeah, and this team, the Chargers, to their credit, have gone 4 straight weeks, and they have beaten 4 teams that theoretically they should beat. Now, here's the thing about Cincinnati.
They're allowing 13 points a game, man.
They're what?
They're allowing 13 points a game. Like, they have the best defense in the NFL.
Okay, you love to play the statistics when they work for you.
When
okay?
they work for me?
Yeah, when they work for you.
That's kind of hard to not work for you.
No, here's the thing. They have played 4 very bad teams. Now, let me just say this.
Great.
Cincinnati, let me say something.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, I thought, was a bad record, but a good team.
Correct.
And what happened yesterday was they get down huge. They come storming back. Mm-hmm. The Chargers go from a team that looked like they looked when they played Jacksonville in the playoffs 2 years ago when they had that big lead, and then the second half they blow it. But what ultimately happened was, because if you go back and you really go, because I know you were doing the game last night, the G League game. If you watch what happened in this game,
I watched the game, Gabby. I don't know if you realize is you can go back and you can watch.
I know, but when you were doing the G League game while this game was happening, and here's what was so amazing, is that when the Bengals tied the game at 27 apiece, and the Chargers kept getting the ball back, if you go back and you look at the drive charts, it's incredible that they would go 3 and out, take up 30 seconds. They went 4 plays and maybe had 2 minutes of the clock. They went minus 4 yards and gave up the ball in 30 seconds. They literally handed the game back to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati to miss a 48-yard field goal and a 51-yard field goal late in the game on the road, it blows my mind. And by the way, remember my philosophy, never kick field goals that are shorter than extra points on the road. It's a absolute way to lose a game, and that's what Cincinnati did early in the game.
Jim Harbaugh might be one of the greatest coaches in the history of football.
Oh, stop it.
What?
Did you hear he had them singing in the locker room afterwards?
I heard
He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. Which nobody can deny.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you why and what you need to know why he may be one of the greatest coaches in football history. We'll do that on the other side, Cappy. But first, tell us about Real Father's Rights.
I would love to. So, Real Father's Rights. I have been very open about my personal situation, my divorce, everything that happens after a divorce, all the feelings that you have while you're getting ready to go through a divorce, the shame, the embarrassment, the financial fear. I've been happy to tell everybody about it, not because I'm really proud of it, just because I just know what I felt like back then. And I remember going to buddies of mine who were telling me the same thing I'm telling you, which is, dude, relax, take a deep breath, you're going to get through it. But the question is, how am I going to get through it? You have to have the right legal team. The legal team that knows the family court system, that wants to make sure that you get your happiness and your justice. And I will just say it like this, and ladies, please don't take offense to this, but this is the facts. More often than not, family court seems to favor the ladies. By the way, I've been on the receiving end of that, so I can just tell you from my own personal experience. Here's what you need to do. You need to visit realfathersrights.com. realfathersrights.com/710, REEL, realfathersrights.com/710. Here's their phone number. It's 323-870-1611, 323-870-1611. I want you to talk to Mark Reel. Mark Reel's been around the show. He's been around the station. We're actually going to his big holiday party in early December. He's a great guy, but he's trying to do what's right for you, okay? And if you're a guy and you find yourself in this situation, call him, 323-870-1611. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorneys.
Never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells.
Hey football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Sedano and Cap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Cappy, what you need to know before Lindsay tells you what you need to know is that Jim Harbaugh, is one of the greatest coaches in football history. 4 years at Stanford, 29 and 21, a .580 winning percentage. The 4 years prior, they were 14 and 31, a 31% winning percentage. 4 years at San Francisco, 44 and 19, a 700 winning percentage. 4 years prior, 26 and 38, a 41% winning percentage. 8 years at Michigan, 80 and 21, 790 winning percentage. 8 years prior, 54 and 47, a 530 winning percentage. Last year, the Chargers 5 and 12. Right now, 7 and 3. Suck it.
Give each other a high five!
You know, when you say suck it, I just want to tell you one thing. I just watched the Mr. McMahon series on Netflix. Really, really good. So you should suck it. How about that?
By the way, speaking of new things on Netflix.
Yeah, that's right. Put the X across your waist. That's exactly right.
There's a really good one about the Elvis comeback special.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a bleep about Elvis. Don't really have a whole lot of interest in him, but, I watch all the docs. That, I told Chris Morales to watch it because, I know he's a big fan of Elvis. And I was like, this is a very, very, a great example of a very well-done documentary. It was so good. So good. So you should watch it, Cap.
George, quick comment on Harbaugh. He is a great coach. There's no doubt about it. Everything you just said is right on.
I hope he hears that you didn't think, that you said, oh, come on, when I said
when you say he's one of the best football coaches of all time.
He is one of them.
Here's what I'll say. I was there at the very beginning of his career, and I watched what he did at the University of San Diego, which is a non-scholarship program, and his energy, He then took that same energy and went to Stanford, did everything you just talked about at Stanford. He was great at the 49ers, and the 49ers screwed up because they just couldn't put up with him. And then he's obviously done a great job at Michigan. And to your point, last year the Chargers won 5 games. They've already won 7 games this year. Jim Harbaugh's a great coach for the same reason that J.J. Redick might be a head coach. The grooming. Jim Harbaugh, first of all, was around his father, who was part of Bo Schembechler's staff back in the day at Michigan. He played for Schembechler at Michigan. He then went on to have an incredibly successful NFL career and then did it the right way, started at the bottom, and now he's here. Anyway, yes, he's an excellent football coach.
Can we just? Yeah, he was so proud of himself.
I know, that sounded so culturally cool, you know, the way I said that.
Can we clip his laugh? Yeah, that'd be funny. All right, that is what you need to know. Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa.
Yes.
Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Unless Lindsay has one.
I wanted to hear what Lindsay had
I
to
was
say.
going to tell you guys about the Taylor Swift inspired bestie bundle at McDonald's, but that's okay.
A bestie bundle at McDonald's?
Give us the 60-second version of it.
McDonald's recently introduced the bestie bundle meal at select outlets, which is seemingly inspired by Taylor Swift. They have not announced any partnership, either side has. However, the $13 bestie bundle includes 2 junior chicken sandwiches, 2 small fries, 2 small fountain drinks, and 2 friendship bracelets.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so it's
You
it's
know
a
what
Taylor
Jim
Swift
Harbaugh's
thing.
going to do to you, Cap? He's going to put one of those friendship bracelets right up where the sun doesn't shine.
Why? Why is he going to do that? Why doesn't he just put it on my wrist?
Because he knows what a negative Nancy you are about them.
Well, it's not like it's new.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
He
and,
knows.
and listen, and you want to know, let me tell you something. You think it's easy for me to root against a guy who I really like in Jim Harbaugh? I love Jim Harbaugh. I love Jim Harbaugh's father. I love Jim Harbaugh's family. But I am not a Charger fan. I'm a Charger hater. And I will just say this. In the last 4 games, it's been really nice to watch. They've won games that they would have lost in years past. The combined record of those teams is 12-30. By the way, strength of schedule, 27th in the NFL. The 3 losses that they have this year are to all teams that are playoff caliber teams. All the wins against the dregs of the NFL. So let's see what happens as the season
Cappy,
goes on.
The whole point was if they make the playoffs in year 1, that's an incredible feat. Like, look what he's doing. And by the way, they have been injury-riddled, too. I mean, Herbert's been dinged up this year. They're still winning ball games. He's healthy now. Bosa's been in and out of the lineup. Khalil Mack's been in and out of the lineup.
As he always is, right.
But, the kid from USC, Tuliapalotu, is playing fantastic. So, they're playing really good ball. And
They've had
honestly,
this roster, by the way. They've had this roster.
This is the same roster that was 27th in the league or whatever last year in defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they hired Boy Wonder because traditionally the organization has been cheap, and they finally decided to pay up, and they gave Jim Harbaugh his money.
There you
But
go.
Listen,
As a matter of fact, it's time for our Sunday statements and big man on campus.
Okay.
Let's start with Sunday statement. Give me some music, DeAndre. My Sunday statement.
Let me hear what you got.
Just to shove it up your, okay? The Chargers with a Sunday statement. That game, that's not your daddy's Chargers game right there, because that game, for my 40-some-odd years of existence of life, they lose that game. And they did not lose that game. Jim Harbaugh has this team playing good football, okay? Say what you want. Justin Herbert, you want to talk about a guy in the fourth quarter. Say what you want about those last couple drives. He has performed at a high level this season, particularly late in games. And he has some of the best fourth-quarter numbers this side of Patrick Mahomes, basically, in his career thus far at this point of his life. So the Chargers made a Sunday statement to me simply because that's a game they lose every single time. I don't care if it was against the Bengals. I don't care if it was against, a college team. They lose that game every single time. They won that game. They deserve the Sunday statement.
Just say one more thing about that game. End of the first half, Herbert throws a ball away, and it absolutely 1,000% should have been intentional grounding. The referees don't call it. And don't you roll your eyes at me. I'm telling you straight facts here, homeboy. Listen, they talked about it briefly on the broadcast, and you know what happened? 10 seconds should have run off the clock. 10 seconds did not run off the clock. You know what the Chargers did?
Yeah.
They kicked a field goal.
Yeah.
They should not have had those 3 points. This first half should have ended.
You are just stretching for there's no.
No, I'm just coming. I'm coming back.
They're the
That's
only
all.
team that has been the beneficiary
No,
of a missed call.
but I was watching very carefully last night
because you want them to lose at every turn,
and because you want them to win just to stick it to me. And by the
right
way,
up
it's
your-
working for
right
you.
up
It's
your-
working for
right
you
up your-
brilliantly. It's working for you.
Yeah.
But wait, I will have my revenge before this season is over, pal.
I mean, what is revenge? If they make the playoffs, I win.
When they win what?
To me, that's what I said. That's what they're capable of. You can't turn this around. I said 10 wins, make the playoffs. If they do that, that's an incredible season.
Heartbreak is coming.
And
Heartbreak is coming.
So heartbreak would the only way heartbreak would happen is they don't make the playoffs at this point.
Well, listen, there's a
Wait,
lot.
wait, are you? I'm going to corner you right now.
7 games right now.
No.
7 games to go.
Are they making the playoffs? Yes or no?
They have a 94% chance to
Are
make the
they
playoffs.
making the playoffs? Yes or no, Kaplan?
Answer: negative.
Okay, there it is.
Here's why.
On the
you want to know
record.
why? You want to know why? Because of my Sunday statement.
Okay.
You want to know what my Sunday statement is?
What is it?
The Denver Broncos
Yeah.
annihilated the NFC South leading Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, they did. Kirk
And
Cousins
Bo
was terrible.
Nix, you talk about a guy that's up and coming that maybe we didn't quite see because he was drafted where he was drafted. Like, he wasn't like one of the top 3 guys. Don't give me. Are you about to tell me now that you called Bo Nix and you told everybody
I didn't
how
call Bo Nix, but I
What?
said Sean Payton, who you've destroyed for 2 years, okay?
That's right.
You've destroyed him. Said he doesn't know what he's doing just because he won a Super Bowl.
No,
in
no, what I said
2009.
was- it's not- I didn't say he
you said
doesn't know what he's
you
doing.
Are riding, he's riding the
that's right.
coattails of a 2009 Super
Correct,
Bowl.
correct.
And what makes you believe he can build
Right,
something from
correct,
the ground up?
correct.
And I said, he's going to draft this kid who knows how to play football. He's older. He's going to be able to mold him. He's done everything he. I mean, every quarterback.
And what I said was.
Every quarterback he's had has been good. Even made Taysom Hill a quarterback for a few minutes.
And what I said was, I think Sean Payton will be what Mike McCarthy is in Dallas, where he's going to ride the Aaron Rodgers in his prime. He's going to have a Super Bowl
And
that was
that
12
may
or
not
14
be the
years
case,
ago.
it
May
seems
not
like
be.
now.
But here's my Sunday statement for you.
Go ahead, statement.
Bo Nix, 28 of 33.
Yeah.
That's a rookie quarterback. I
Yeah.
don't care if he's 24 years old,
Yeah.
okay? 28 of 33,
Yeah.
307 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions.
He's the Dalton Knecht of quarterbacks.
Only sacked 1 time for 12 yards, a quarterback rating of 145. The Denver Broncos are 6-5, and they've got a young up-and-coming star quarterback. That's my Sunday statement. And by the way, I can't wait for the Broncos to beat down the Chargers.
They already lost to the Chargers once.
Well, wait till they get him the second time.
Oh, God forbid they would split. I mean, that's generally what happens with decent teams and good teams.
Let's
in
go
the division.
Broncos. Let's go Denver.
You are such.
Let's go Sean Payton. I said Sean Payton's an awesome coach. I said
No,
he's
you
great.
didn't.
I said
You
he's the best. I
destroyed
said he's
him.
awesome. I said he's
Destroyed
great.
him for 2 years.
Said how
up
awesome he
until
is.
recently.
No, until just
we
now.
Yeah, literally until this week. All right, time for big man on campus before we go to break. Okay.
All right.
Because I want to get back to the Lakers after this because I do want to talk about the positive move of D'Angelo Russell to the bench. But my big – you want to go first? You go first.
No, you go first because I have to pull my numbers up here because I had them on my phone and now I got to pull them up on my computer.
So my big man on campus is going to be from the game that I had, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And Cappy, I love me a kicker because I got you here every day.
Can I play the call first?
Oh,
Or
no,
after?
let me tell the story. The front
okay.
end, because the call
Got you.
doesn't have the story because the clips on the internet didn't have the story that I told.
Tell me
okay?
the story.
So I'm going to give you a little backstory before I tell you the story I told on the air.
All right, tell me the backstory before the front story.
So the backstory is this. Every week, when I do these games, I find these podcasts for these teams, and I try to find the official podcast for the for the college teams because usually they'll have good guests on, like the coach or a player or whatever. So the Stanford one is called the TreeCast. And I've been listening to the TreeCast, and this week, or going into this week, their guest was the kicker, Emmett Kenny. And I'm like, do I want to listen to this?
What year is this kid?
He's a senior.
Where's he from,
Oh, I forgot.
The only reason I ask is because, the kicker for the Rams was the kicker for Stanford last year.
Cardi,
so this kid,
yeah. So he's part of this story.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So Emmett Kenny is the kicker now, okay?
Yeah.
Emmett Kenny. So the backstory is this. You see, you're
He's
confused.
from North Dakota, by the way.
North Dakota, yes, thank you.
Fargo.
Yeah, and he had 2 brothers who played at Stanford as well.
Okay.
So anyway,
podcast.
Listening to the TreeCast, and he's the guest. I'm like, do I want to listen to this podcast with the guest being the kicker? You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, fine. I'm going to listen. And boy, was I glad I did, Cappy.
Tell me.
You want to talk about serendipitous, okay?
Yeah, let me hear.
So during the game, all this is happening. Stanford comes back. Louisville's melting down, back-to-back penalties, a personal foul penalty, then they jump off sides. All of a sudden, an unmakeable kick becomes a 52-yard attempt. And I tell the story I heard on this TreeCast, and I said, this young man, Emmett Kenny, broke his hip in a game 2.5 years ago while kicking the ball against Arizona State. Then got supplanted by Joshua Carty, who's now with the Rams. Had to rehab. Eventually gets his job back. He gets the full-time job this season as a senior. And now he gets to attempt a career-long game winner on senior day. And then this happened. The kick is up. It's gone! Stanford with the walk-off! All right, you can get it there.
That is the greatest, man.
So I tell that story leading up to the kick. I mean, it could not have worked out better for me. And Emmett Kenny is my big man on campus because he got the walk-off on senior day after all the stuff having to do with hip injury, 2.5 years of, rehab and sitting out or whatever because another guy passed him and getting his opportunity this year. That's what college football is all about. Good for that kid. And by the way, I really heard he was the big man on campus after the game. I heard that by sources.
I bet he was.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, if Emmett Kenny was the kicker for the Bengals last night, the Bengals would have beaten the Chargers. How about that?
Yeah.
Hey, my big man on campus, and this is only because of the talk last week about Georgia and where they belong and the SEC and who should be in, the college football playoff. Georgia made a Saturday statement by beating up on Tennessee. Tennessee was number 7 in the country. Georgia was number 12. Georgia beat down Tennessee 31-17, and their quarterback, Carson Beck, 25 of 40, 347 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Carson Beck leads Georgia in this win, an SEC battle over a team that was ranked higher. And Carson Beck is my big man on campus. Nice job by you, young man. I don't have his whole backstory. I didn't listen to the Bulldog cast.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
Before we get back to the Lakers and the J.J. Redick pushing more buttons that have worked, particularly with D'Lo most recently, small sample size theater, but nonetheless worth mentioning. Tell us about Amazon Pickup, Cappy.
I'm so glad we're talking about Amazon Pickup. Let me talk about this here for a second. First and foremost, you're probably thinking to yourself, wait a second, I order from Amazon all the time. I'm watching games on Prime. Amazon's a daily part of my life, but let me introduce you to what Amazon Pickup is. Amazon Pickup allows you to send your orders to a secure pickup location that you can choose. So rather than your packages being delivered to your house or your apartment, they go directly to a secure pickup location like an Amazon locker or counter. You can then pick up your packages on your own time. When your package arrives, you're going to get a delivery confirmation email that notifies you that your package is ready with instructions on picking up the package. It's great for when you're out and about. And listen, as we go into the holiday season, we all know our schedules are going to get busier between work, preparing for the holidays, different gatherings. Amazon Pickup is a great option for when you're not planning on being home when your packages are being delivered. A secure and convenient delivery solution to pick up your Amazon packages at no additional cost. So go to Amazon.com/pickupMVP. That's Amazon.com/pickupMVP to learn more.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
I'll make you a promise.
What?
I will go watch you run the marathon.
You're going to watch me run?
Oh, yeah. I've been in the marathon. My brother's run it a handful of times.
Plan to be out there a long time then?
No.
I'm not trying to set records.
No. I'm going to go to where I'll see you here, and then I'll jump a few miles ahead, and I'll see you again. No, that's how you do it. You don't just walk, because I want to see you more than once.
I got you.
It's Trav and D-Far.
Back tomorrow morning after Greeny on LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Hey everybody, it's Cappy here. Hey, if you've been thinking about selling your home, the real estate market is changing right now. So before you call an agent, let's get you to call Seller's Advantage. Seller's Advantage is focused on the seller's needs and will make you a competitive cash offer, and you can close in days. They're the go-to choice for homeowners looking to sell their homes fast. No agents, no commissions. Getting your home ready to list for sale can be expensive and very complicated, and you may not want people walking through your house all day long. Seller's Advantage makes the selling process so easy so that sellers walk away happy. They may even offer you a $10,000 advance to help with all your moving expenses. So get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747. Or you can go to sellersadvantage.com. That's sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
The Temptations. And the Four Tops. Celebrating 40 years of Temptations and Four Tops. Saturday, January 18th at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Plus celebrating 60 years of the iconic hit, My Girl. Tickets on sale now at FantasySpringsResort.com. Come celebrate 40 years of magic. The Temptations, the Four Tops.
Be sure to listen to Rams Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr every Monday in the 9 a.m. hour on his new show, The Travis and DeMarco Show. He's going to give you his best of from the whole football weekend. And you know, when DeMarco serves up a best of, you know it means something. Don't miss it. They've got their best of the weekend, plus your chance to win a Fantasy Springs Weekend Getaway prize pack with your best of. That's Mondays in the 9 a.m. hour on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. Made possible by Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Escape the everyday at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino, just minutes from Palm Springs.
Collectors, Front Row Card Show is back at the Pasadena Convention Center on November 23rd and 24th. Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards, plus Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books. SGC and PSA will be there. So bring your cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. Hundreds of vendors, thousands of dollars, and free prizes. Don't miss it. Front Row Card Show, Pasadena Convention Center, Saturday and Sunday, November 23rd and 24th, 11 to 5. For more info, go to frontrowcardshow.com. That's frontrowcardshow.com.
You never expect a game-ending double play, walk-off grand slam in the World Series, or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Travis with DeMarco and Evan Cohen.
Only one all-star team you can call to pinch hit for you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call this number, 213-747-2000.
Don't get struck out by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation that you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team hit it out of the park for you.
You're busy enough this season without having to get up on a ladder to clean out your gutters. Whether you're tired of unclogging gutters or don't even know what your gutters look like, it's time for a permanent solution you can depend on with Leaf Filter. For Black Friday, don't miss your last chance to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters during Leaf Filter's most anticipated sale of the year at leaffilter.com/amber. Clogged gutters aren't just a nuisance. They can cause extensive problems like flooding, roof damage, rotting siding, foundation issues, and more. Leaf Filter uses award-winning patented technology to keep out everything but water. Call today to schedule your free gutter inspection and get a no-obligation free estimate. And don't miss out on your last chance of the year to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters with Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system. Schedule your free inspection at leaffilter.com/amber. That's their lowest price of the year, up to 35% off at leaffilter.com/amber. See representative for warranty details.
And it is Sedano and Cap here Monday afternoon. Today is Mickey Mouse Day. We mentioned that birthday already. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And today's Apple Cider Day. Plus, on this day back in 1981, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts released her second album, I Love Rock and Roll. Sedano and Cap continues your Monday afternoon right now.
I love rock and roll. I love rock and roll.
Other than this song, Joan Jett had like maybe one or two others, right? Anybody know any other Joan Jett songs?
Kiss Me With Your Best Shot?
No, that Hit Me With Your Best Shot. That's Pat Benatar.
Pat Benatar?
Yeah, same era.
Yeah.
Similar hairstyle.
And similar hairstyles, yes.
Yeah, very similar.
I hate myself for loving you. Right?
She did? I don't think so.
Yeah, she did.
I don't know.
100%. It was on one of the Guitar Heroes. I know it was.
I hate myself for loving you?
Yeah.
That's a Joan Jett song?
Yeah.
I hate myself for loving you. Can't get away from the things that you do.
Oh, yeah. That is absolutely 1988, yeah.
What's the name of that song?
I hate myself for loving
you.
Oh, really?
Told you it was on Guitar Hero.
Guitar
Bad
Hero.
Reputation is another song. Dirty Deeds.
Dirty Deeds.
Yeah.
Sound like an AC/DC song?
Maybe she covered it?
Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap?
Or maybe they covered her?
No. Come on.
I mean, you never know.
Come on. AC/DC didn't cover Joan Jett.
Did
she? Did they?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to see
I
who did
Dirty
it first.
Deeds was Twisted Sister, wasn't it?
No, AC/DC.
Oh, okay.
Twisted Sister.
What was theirs called?
Theirs is called.
There it is.
But I don't know. Was she the original artist, or should you remake this song?
I don't know, but she did it.
True.
Yeah.
As far as Twisted Sister, they did. I wanna rock, ding,
Yeah,
ticka
that-
dong,
that,
ticka
yeah.
dong, ticka dong, ticka ding, ticka
Digga-ding,
dong.
digga-doom, digga-dong.
Right,
I
right.
get them all mixed up.
I wanna rock, yeah,
Ticka-dong,
bum,
ticka-dong,
ticka dong, ticka dong, ticka dong, ticka dong,
ticka-dong.
right. See, you get it, George.
Yeah. You know what else I get is that parents need to figure out how to take their kids to the dentist because they don't want to go, and choosing a dentist can be tough. Someone your kid can trust and enjoy going to the dentist with. Well, let me tell you about my friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone. Fun is in the name for a reason. First of all, you walk into a Children's Dental Fun Zone, your kids are going to be like, did we just walk into a cartoon? Like, this place is amazing. 18 locations across the Southland to choose from. They got you covered in L.A. County, Orange County, Inland Empire, and now in Oxnard as well.
805 in the house.
Yeah. Children's Dental Fun Zone specializes in children's dentistry and orthodontics with state-of-the-art equipment and personal attention your kids deserve. And here's how they put fun in the name. Children's Dental Fun Zone, every station when your kids get in work has a big screen TV with cartoons playing on it. Movie, cartoon, whatever you want. iPads for the kids, toys for the kids in the waiting area, and for parents to accept Medi-Cal, PPO, and HMO insurance plans. I'm telling you, you're going to take your kids to one of those 18 locations for Children's Dental Fun Zone, and they're going to be like, Mom, Dad, when are we coming back to the dentist? Words you never thought you were going to hear. So to book your child's first or next appointment at Children's Dental Fun Zone, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com, or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS. Cappy, let's talk about the Lakers again.
Mm-hmm.
So since D'Angelo Russell has gone to the bench and J.J. Redick has pushed him back to the bench, things have gone really well. Like when he's on the floor, the Lakers are basically like a plus 20 now all of a sudden. Granted, small sample size theater, only a few games, but that is a mixture of him with the backups and with the starters. But he has thrived in a very small amount of time, outside of maybe one game. He has thrived in that role to this point. Again, JJ working with a roster that we felt like 2 years ago was pretty good and kind of caught people off guard. And then last year did not necessarily do that and had moments where they were pretty good. But for the most part, we felt like it wasn't enough. He's making the most. I believe that coaching to me is about extrapolating the most you can and getting every ounce of talent you can out of every piece on the board. And I feel like through whatever it is, 10, 12, 15 games, whatever it is that the Lakers have played, JJ has done that for the most part already this season. D'Lo in his move to the bench being the most recent example.
You're just talking about, getting the most out of every minute, right? Getting the most out of everybody's talent. If you're D'Angelo Russell and a new coach says to you, listen, here's what I think is the best for you. Here's what I think is how you can help the team the most. And it's not playing 35 minutes a night unless we need that from you. It's really like playing 20 minutes a night. So in the 20 minutes that you're on the floor, let's get the best out of you for 20 minutes rather than getting like 75% out of you for 35 minutes.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%, Cappy. I mean, you're like a basketball savant now.
Listen, I've been trying to tell
Trudell
you guys.
even texted you about it a little while ago.
I mean, Trudell was like, Cap, you're so right about Anthony Davis, and about how for years everybody said that Anthony Davis was supposed to be the guy that the offense was supposed to run through, but nobody ever really did it. And they're finally doing that. And it just goes to show you that J.J. Redick, and listen, I don't mean to overhype the guy. He's 12 or 13 games into his career. I'm not about to sit here and tell you that he's one of the best coaches of all time. What I am going to tell you is this. He had all the pedigree. He was around all the right people at the right times of his life. And then he had enough of a playing career that's contemporary enough that his players would look at him and go, we know him. Plus, oh, by the way, we were seeing him all the time on TV. We knew he had this podcast with LeBron. And you know what he's probably done, Jordan? I say probably because it's only me on the outside looking in, is I think he's actually coached LeBron into letting him coach the team. Whereas Darvin Ham never had the clout to say to LeBron, you play, score, dunk, put on a show. Let me handle the X's and O's. That's why they hired me to be the coach. Darvin Ham did not have the courage to say that to LeBron. It looks like JJ has. And to me, that's the big difference between last year's team and this year's team through 13 games.
Yeah, JJ has made an impact. I don't think there's any question about it. And I think that we've seen it in the details, right? And they listen, the players told us that day one, like at media day, they told us that.
When you go back to last year or the year before, it was the McMiniman report about how the team was worried about losing D'Angelo Russell.
That's when you and McMiniman,
Well, because the thing is that
you were questioning him. He took it.
Well, I just want to know how you get that information, and Dave didn't want to share.
Why is he going to reveal that to you?
Well, whatever. The point is,
I love how you and McMiniman have come. Like McMiniman, by the way, texted me. He said, "I'm one of the sickos watching you do this G League game on ESPNU instead of watching football." And then he said when I did the call of rejected by James, he said that we should juxtapose it to the Mike Breen call of blocked by James and have you decipher how I did compared to Mike Breen, an all-time Hall of Fame legend. I just love that Dave is so into the show now that he's producing the show. You and him are hugging it out at games. I love this version of you.
Oh, my God. Me and Dave, before Laker games, I mean, we are like all over each other, the two of us. I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be in page 6 before you know it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, look, where were we? Were we somewhere or was I not somewhere? Yeah. JJ has done, through 13 games, I think an outstanding job of saying to this team, I'm the coach. I'm not the babysitter. And that's the difference so far between J.J. Redick's Lakers and Darvin Ham's Lakers.
Rack Cappy.
Rack me. Somebody freaking rack me.
But before that, tell us about Avner Gatt.
I would love to. Avner Gatt's amazing.
Tinder is next, by the way.
So I told this story last week, and I just want to continue it because it just goes to show you how everybody is listening. I had a friend of mine call me last week, and she said to me, hey, I have a condo in this apartment building, and there was this massive leak in the condo building, and we had to have all this work done. So all the homeowners in the building had to put up their money to have all this work done. Well, now that they've gotten all the work done, now they need to make sure that there are no leaks. So she said to me, I've heard you talk about Avner Gatt on the air. I went to his website. I saw your picture on his website. Do you really believe everything you're saying about Avner Gatt? I said, listen, I know Avner Gatt as his spokesperson. I know Avner Gatt and his family off the air. I know the people that work for Avner Gatt. I know the team that he's put together. Yes, I believe in them. I don't just talk about them on the radio. So she then called Avner and spoke to him, and now Avner and his company are doing work for her. Listen, if you find yourself in a similar situation where you've got a major insurance situation happening, where you've had a leak, you've had a fire, you've had a theft, whatever the case may be, you don't want to call and negotiate with the homeowner's insurance company. You expect them to do right by you. You've been paying them your policy every single month, and you expect them to do right by you. But their job as the insurance adjusters is to give you less. You've got to understand, Avner's job as the public adjuster, he works for you. His job is to get you more. He wants to make sure you get the best deal, not the homeowner's insurance company. So whether it's theft, fire, major leak, whatever the case may be, don't even call your homeowner's insurance company. Call Avner first. 818-917-5256. 818-917-5256. To learn all about his team and all of his services, go to avnergatt.com. When you call, he answers. You'll know it's him because he'll answer. Bring. You'll know it's him. Hello.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Play no-bust blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late-night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino. Located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 004527. Geico 003871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Lakers fans, have you seen the purple and gold live this season? Still have time to grab your seat with Lakers Ticket Exchange, the official resale marketplace of the Los Angeles Lakers. Your ticket purchase is 100% verified and secured with Lakers Ticket Exchange. Go to Lakers.com/ticket exchange on your computer or mobile device. Find your seats and you are set. That's Lakers.com/ticket exchange. Let's go, Lake Show.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Drive away now in the Hyundai Santa Fe with 1.99% APR for 72 months. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end December 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. For instance, TCU walked into the locker room at halftime in the 2016 Alamo Bowl, down 31-0. The Horned Frogs stormed into the second half and erased a 31-point deficit to force overtime, and eventually won it in the third overtime, 47-41.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
And it is Sedano and Cap here Monday afternoon. Radio Tinder time. We like to play a TV theme. We got to say happy birthday to Damon Wayans Jr., which gives us an excuse to play the In Living Color theme because his father, Damon Wayans, was on that show, and we love In Living Color. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala, founded in the city of Downey, just like me. Take it away, pretty Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, guys. So, Radio Tinder time. Actor Jeremy Renner is going to be the Grand Marshal of the 92nd Hollywood Christmas Parade on December 1st. Of course, the Hollywood Christmas Parade is a popular tradition in Southern California. It features movie stars, bands from around the country, colorful equestrians, character balloons, floats, and, of course, Santa Claus at the end. And previous Grand Marshals of this parade include Mario Lopez, Danny Trejo, and Stevie Wonder, to name a couple. Wanted to ask you guys, have you ever been the Grand Marshal of a parade or been part of a parade? Swipe left or swipe right?
Swipe left. I have not been part of. I have not been the Grand Marshal certainly, and I've not been part of a parade. Well, I guess I've been to a bunch of championship. I have been in a championship parade.
Like, have you ever been featured in a parade?
No,
like
never.
George Sedano.
No, never.
Never.
No.
How?
Why,
I've even been in a
Why
parade
would
before.
I be? But I have. When I used to live in Pasadena, we used to go to the Rose Bowl parade all the time because it was cool. And but yeah, I love a good parade, sure.
Cappy?
But I've not been involved in one. No.
I guess the closest thing I'd say I was in a parade when I was in like high school. You know, like the parade on the track for homecoming.
Okay,
you know,
counts.
like where.
Oh, does that count? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, does that count? I don't know, like where you're in a convertible and you and like some, I guess, homecoming other person were in the back of the car.
You're
and
in the court.
Driving down the track and you're waving to everybody in the stands. I mean, does that count as a parade?
Elbow, wrist,
Yes, I was in a parade because I was in the Miss Berea pageant.
The Miss what?
The Miss Berea pageant.
Oh, Berea.
Yeah,
Berea.
I won Miss Photogenic, but I did not win top prize
Oh,
of
really?
Miss Berea. No.
Oh, that's too bad.
I did not.
In the meantime, I just want to say one thing about parades. I know this is going to sound really weird. I want to broadcast a parade. I don't know why, but like I love the broadcast of the parade. Here comes the big, this balloon. Here comes this marching band, and here comes
They don't have
this.
a parade in South you can do?
I don't think so. I want to do the Rose Bowl parade because that's the parade
a little
I watch.
hard for you to get to.
Yeah, you have to be like super famous to do that.
You got to start. You got to start smaller, Captain.
No. To host it. You watch the
on
local
TV.
people. No, it's not. Everybody's not an A-list.
Why don't you
superstar.
start? Why don't you start with like the New Year's Eve in like South or something like that?
I would like to do the New Year's Eve in Times Square as well.
They have like their own version of KTLA, right? Like down there in South.
While you're at it, Cappy, you should also put your name in for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah,
you know
that's not a bad one. I would do that one too. I'll
You're
do
a
that
big
if
turkey
somebody
anyway,
if
so,
anybody needs a Macy's parade guy, I could do that too. No problem.
DeAndre, have you ever been in a parade?
I've been a part of a parade, for Black History Month down in downtown Palm Springs. The church I go to out there, they're always involved in the Black History Parade. So
there you
So
go.
what'd you do in the parade?
I just walk with the group. Just walk. That's all.
Throw candy, hold a sign, pass out flags.
I didn't pass on no flags or anything, but I held the sign for a little bit.
There you go.
I held the sign. Yeah.
Man, I feel like you guys are deprived not having been in more parades. I was in a lot of. I was in it for Girl
I
Scouts.
really want to broadcast a parade, man.
Okay.
We should make that happen, Cappy.
Sure.
We should have the parade of 710.
There you go.
You could broadcast it live.
By the way, and it can be sponsored by our friends at Tequila Mandala, like Radio Tinder is presented by Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Award-winning small batch premium sippy tequila made from the finest mature agaves. Available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com, and demand the extraordinary with Tequila Mandala.
All right, so speaking of Christmas Day is just, it's more than a month away, but people, including a lot of celebrities, are already starting to get into the holiday spirit and decorate. Saw a lot of people over the past couple days, like, posting, like, oh, my tree is up. Oh, here's my decorations.
Yeah,
Even saw somebody, like, shouting out this place that put up their Christmas lights for them, which that is a great business idea. Especially in, like, the Midwest, because I feel like it's, like, just arriving there.
Well, don't you see, like, the signs in every neighborhood, like, call me, I'll put your stuff up?
Yes, but now there's, like, a big business thing, I guess. And if you think about it, like, it's a great idea, because who wants to deal with that? Who wants to spend a weekend putting up Christmas lights, right?
Not me.
All right, so anyway, a psychologist told the Daily Mail that putting up your decorations early can reveal, quote, concealed emotions and subconscious behavioral tendencies, including narcissism.
No.
Meaning, if you're putting up your Christmas decorations already, you probably have some narcissistic tendencies. Do you guys put up your holiday decorations early? Swipe left or swipe right?
Left. After Thanksgiving, I feel like that's kind of like the time to do it. You know. So.
I feel like anything before Thanksgiving is probably considered early.
Yeah, we don't do it before. I mean, we had Halloween stuff up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, isn't there sort of like a protocol? Like first is Halloween, then is Thanksgiving. Then once Thanksgiving is done, then you go into the
holidays.
Right, but
Christmas
some people
and Hanukkah and
are
everything
putting
else.
them up earlier and earlier, like, oh, I just want to get into this Christmas spirit.
No.
Some people are putting them up so early that they never take them down from the year before.
Right.
It just makes them happy.
I actually have seen people that leave them up year round. Yeah.
Well,
I have a
people
guy.
are narcissist, Cap.
I guess. I have a guy in my neighborhood, and his Christmas tree has been up the entire year, and you can see it through one of his windows.
Oh, that's just laziness.
So finally, I just asked him about it one day. I'm like, two things. A, why is your Christmas tree up? And B, aren't you Jewish? So I don't know, man. This guy still has a tree up from last year.
Linz, what do you got?
All right, so we talked about this last week, about how many unread messages and texts you have in your phone, right?
Yeah.
So if your phone contains thousands of photos that you have to swipe through to find what you need, or if your phone storage is always full because you're reluctant to delete anything, even unread emails, you may be a digital hoarder. Hoarding disorder, which is often associated with OCD and is believed to affect about 3% of Americans, is defined as persistent problems parting with possessions, even if they have little to no value.
I understand that.
So I'm going to ask you guys, would you consider yourself a digital hoarder?
Yeah, I eventually clean out my emails, and I eventually clean out certain texts from threads like that I don't need anymore, but I generally keep texts just for context, like, and history. And that way, if someone always, like, says something, hey, you know, like, I said this, I'm like, hold on, let me check. And now you can search within your text very easily.
Right.
So it's very easy to go back. So that's why I keep them really for posterity.
I would say that I'm not only a digital hoarder, because, again,
you're just a general hoarder.
Yeah, I think I'm a general hoarder. Now, I'm not like one of those ladies that you would see on like one of those hoarding shows where the entire house, you can't even walk through the place because there's just crap everywhere.
Yeah.
But like I've held on to VHS tapes in boxes in my garage. For some reason, I think I need to hold on to these things. George, I have pretty much every game that I've ever broadcast. I've got the two-way sheet. I've got my handwritten notes. I've got my folders that have all kinds of names and numbers and things on them. And I don't know why I still have all this stuff. Like, what am I planning on doing with it? You know?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
I don't know why I have
keep
it.
I've kept my boards this year, like from every game, because I knew I'd have repeat games. and then maybe I'll keep them for next year just because, in college kids, play multiple years. But after like a couple years, I'm going to throw all that stuff out.
But I am a digital hoarder as well.
Yeah.
I mean, last week we were talking about emails. I currently have 7,129 emails that are unread.
Yeah.
And for some reason, rather than just deleting everything, I'm like, oh, I may have to come back to that at some point. Oh, I may have to come back and read what that was all about. It's all like from airlines about get this many miles. It's all trash.
Yeah.
And yet I can't.
No, that
seem
stuff
to
I
delete
get
it.
rid of very, very quickly.
That's a daunting task, though, to get rid. That's why I have
just
so
delete
many.
them. I mean, it's
just a
not
lot.
that- just delete
DeAndre,
them.
what about you? Are you a digital hoarder?
I am a digital hoarder. Yeah, I keep a lot of stuff, man. I'm bad at deleting stuff. Like my messages, I have like over like 400 like unread messages.
No, you
Yeah.
gotta get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. I'm telling you.
No,
You'll
I
feel
can't have
better.
any unread
You'll
texts.
feel better.
No.
Cappy, that'll do it for Radio Tinder, brought to you by our friends at Tequila Mandala. Coming up next, I want to get back to football.
Football.
Get back to the NFC West. And also, Caleb, despite the loss, maybe having the best game he's had this season, they kind of, speaking of kickers failing somebody, you mentioned the Bengals. That happened to Caleb yesterday. So we'll get into that. But first, tell us about your friends at Subaru.
Yeah, so I've talked about the Subaru brand for a really long time. I'm a huge fan of the brand of Subaru because I love all the technology, the versatility, the reliability. I like the fact that the vehicles are all-wheel drive. And mostly, I like the fact that Subaru is the safest vehicle on the road. I've been driving this Subaru Crosstrek, and it looks small from the outside, but once you get in it, it is spacious and it's sporty, and it's really a great, great car if you have an active lifestyle. If you're putting snowboards, surfboards, if you're packing the kids and you're going to games on the weekend, these are amazing vehicles. Now I want to introduce you to where to get your Subaru product from. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They make you smile at every mile. The whole Ocean Subaru team is like all-stars. The guys and gals who work there, they know the Subaru products top to bottom. They know about all the technology. They're not only going to try and help you get into the right vehicle, get you the best deal, whether that's for a purchase or for a lease, but they're going to help you understand how to really get the most out of your Subaru product. Ocean Subaru is conveniently located at 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, right off the 91 freeway. I've talked about their general manager, Omar, 22 years in the Army. He wants to take care of veterans, but he wants to take care of civilians too. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They make you smile at every mile.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
Going through a life change, whether you're downsizing, you've inherited a home, or you're just ready for a change, Seller's Advantage is here to make selling your home easy. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. With Seller's Advantage, you're in control. Close as quickly as you want and do it on your own terms. Check out their reviews online and call for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey guys, it's Sedano at Los Angeles International Airport. Changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
The Temptations. And the Four Tops. Celebrating 40 years of Temptations and Four Tops. Saturday, January 18th at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Plus celebrating 60 years of the iconic hit, My Girl. Tickets on sale now at FantasySpringsResort.com. Come celebrate 40 years of magic. The Temptations, the Four Tops.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. realfathersrights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights. The Father's Rights Attorneys.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Orthodontics are teaming up this fall because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. This can be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, a youngster who brightens your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
And it is Sedano and Cap, your Monday afternoon. Yesterday, November 17th, happy 46th birthday to Rachel McAdams. RuPaul turned 64. And yesterday, back November 17th, back in 1962, the number one hit. We know Sedano loves the oldies. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Big girls don't cry.
Oh, yeah.
Sedano and Cap continues your Monday afternoon right now.
Is this the remix?
The Cappy does when it
no,
comes
it's
to
the real.
Harbaugh.
I love this song. And I love Frankie Valli. And the Four Seasons. Love them all. All five of them. Frankie and the Four Seasons. You ever see the show Jersey Boys?
Dancing.
No.
You never saw Jersey Boys?
I did not.
Never saw the movie? Never saw the play?
I know Jerky Boys.
No, Jerky Boys is great, but it's a different deal. That's like a Zizzle chest. You know what I mean? But that's different. That's different. That's not the same as Jersey Boys. Come on, you guys don't want to see the Jersey Boys? Great show.
Nice shoes, too. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Got some nice wheels.
Oh, is that Cappy's laugh?
Yes.
Hold on, let me hear that.
Where's Clapper's laugh?
Yeah, let's juxtapose those two.
Yours is better, Cap.
Yo, Ryan Clark is my boy, and
What's
my
he wearing?
guy.
What he's
every
wearing
week
today?
He tries to top himself every week, and I think he's done it.
I think
I told him a couple weeks ago when they were at Pittsburgh, and he had that black and yellow suit with his number on it. I was like, "Yo, you got the number on the suit? That's dope."
Well, how about the? He's got a pin on that has his initials RC,
yeah.
and it looks like he just pulled it out of Game of Thrones, like he's the Hand of the King.
Yeah, but he's had that one all season.
And I've not noticed it until tonight. But here's the funny part: I looked at his suit
I love
earlier
that
today.
it's like a split suit.
Right, I looked at his suit earlier today, and here's what I thought to myself: if I went and bought two suits, and then I went to a tailor, and I said, "Here's what I want you to do,"
Zap.
right? Like
Yeah,
Zap.
yeah.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to mix and match. So take the two suits, cut them in half, and then make me two new suits. But I want the plaid on the right side on suit A, and I want the plaid on the left side on suit B.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what he does?
I don't know. That's a great question. But
should
and then
ask him,
Jason
Cap.
Kelsey's got a bolo tie like he's Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
He looks like he should be in Legends of Bagger Vance or something.
He's going to go mine for gold.
I mean, he looks like he's going to an Oktoberfest party.
Yeah.
You know?
You ever see Legends of Bagger Vance?
I have not.
With Will Smith and
I know
Brad
the movie.
Pitt?
Yeah, I know the movie. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah. That's what he looks like. I mean,
I'm telling you, he looks like he's going to Oktoberfest.
I love
I think
it.
he looks like he's going to mine gold.
Yeah. Speaking of mining gold, the 49ers lost.
Yeah. Hey,
Look at
nice
that.
transition.
Look at that.
Really
What a
nice
segue.
transition. Very nice.
They've lost 3 division games, 5-5. Are we kind of seeing the end of this version of the Niners? Not the end of the Niners, because I think Kyle Shanahan is a great coach, and I think they can figure it out and kind of recalibrate and figure some new stuff out with some new players. But this version, is this kind of it with this version?
I'm not sure it's over with this version, but here's what I will say. I think it's over for this season. Earlier today I was watching the NFL Today, and they asked, are the Cincinnati Bengals officially done? Yeah, they're done. I think the Cincinnati Bengals are done. They have talent on offense, but they're not a good all-around team, especially on the defensive side, even though they had a really good second half. But, George, when you look at the Niners' schedule, think about this the rest of the year. You ready? The Niners lose to the Seahawks this past weekend. They're on the road at the Packers this weekend, upcoming. Then they're on the road at the Bills.
Yeah, tough schedule the rest of the
Those are 2 tough places to play.
Well, I mean, I would even say beyond that, it's very difficult. They've got, the Bears, they're not a great team, but they've been in a lot of games. The Rams, obviously, is a division game. The Dolphins are playing better, and then they got the Lions.
Right, long flight to Miami. Then you're home against the Lions.
And the Cardinals
at the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I would say to you that at worst, the Niners will have 2 additional wins where they are right now. They're a 7-10 team. And at best, maybe they were able to get 4 wins,
so
and maybe that makes them a 9-8 team.
And you could be a playoff team at 9-8, probably.
Possible, but
maybe.
But this year has been a disaster for the 49ers, and it all started before the season when you couldn't get players signed, left tackle, number 2 wide receiver, and then you come into the season and you think that you've got the best all-around player, at least statistically, and he's hurt for the first 8 or 9 games, whatever it was. They have just... This whole season has become a disaster. Now, is there still time?
Isn't it funny how you say the 49ers are a disaster with their 5-5 record, and then the Rams, on the other hand, with their 5-5 record, are like, oh man, they still in it.
Because they went from being terrible because of the injury situation to mostly being pretty good after the injuries, got settled.
That's just it. Is that the Rams were expected to be good, and then they had all these preseason injuries, specifically to the offensive line and the wide receiving core. And then all of a sudden they're bad. But the Rams have turned things around. The Niners, when you lose this past weekend to the Seahawks, you're like, okay, I just don't think I can really trust the Niners. And they've had injuries. Maybe. But the Chiefs haven't really had that necessarily. Although, offensively, they're not the team they were.
They have. They're everyone calls them like the worst. They were the worst undefeated team until they lost yesterday, like ever.
That game yesterday, oh, by the way, Josh Allen, the run that he had at the end of the game, the what really won the game, there was nobody on that field that was stopping that kid. He was pushing people around. He was making moves. He was flipping, doing 360s, meaning standing up, turning around. He was banging into people, and there was nobody that was bringing that kid down. He was getting to that end zone. And I loved it. To see Kansas City get knocked off, to see Buffalo elevate. But take me back to the 49ers, George. This schedule the rest of the way, really tough, especially these next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Will likely define their season at Green Bay and at Buffalo.
It's pretty brutal. And then on the flip side, Caleb, man, that's twice this season he's led a game-winning drive, basically, and then got let down in extraordinary fashion. The first one was obviously the Hail Mary that Jaden Daniels hit. Right. And then this past week, he has the last 2 minutes, he played well, I thought, through the entire game for the most part. But the last 2 minutes, he put on a clinic on how to play quarterback in those last 2 minutes to get them into that position to kick the field goal, and then they get the field goal blocked. I will also give Caleb credit for this. When apparently the story came out, Jay Glazer reported this, that when Shane Waldron, their inept offensive coordinator, was fired, Caleb took the brunt of the criticism. He stood up and he apologized to the group and said that he should be, he's at fault for Shane Waldron getting fired because of the ineptitude of the offense.
Yeah.
And apparently the Glazer canvassed the room, and a lot of guys felt that was very mature of him to take the criticism and basically put it upon himself.
Yeah, I heard that story also, and that is, if that's the way it really went down, that is very mature. But I'll just say one thing about the Bears. Everybody has this thought that when you go to kick a game-winning field goal, that like everybody's just going to stand around, like just waiting to see if the kick goes in or it doesn't go in. Do people on the offensive line not understand that the guys on the defensive line are going to sell out and they're going to give everything they've got to try and make the guy miss, or in this case block? Because I heard a lot of people saying, well, when you're out at 46 yards, you're going to kick the ball lower than if you were at 36 yards.
Are they? I don't know. You tell me.
No, not even close.
Oh, okay.
No, not even. Listen, these guys, you saw a kid kick a college kid kick a 52-yard walk-off game winner. I'm trying to remember who it was last week in college football. There was a kid that kicked a 62-yarder, I think, for Arizona.
Yeah.
Kicked a 62-yard bomb. These are 20-year-old kids, And if you're in the NFL and you're an experienced kicker, you should not be getting kicks blocked. But when you're the Bears, did you see? We all looked at Denver the week before against Kansas City when Kansas City blew up the Denver offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the Bears' offensive line yesterday?
Yeah.
It was pathetic.
Brutal.
I mean, you got 6'6" guys that are 3 yards in. And so when they go to jump up, they're 10, 11 feet high. And they're only like 4 yards away from where the guy's making the kick or trying to make the kick.
Yeah, really bad. Really, really bad. But you know what's really, really good, Cappy, before we get to the Lakers putting up a new statue on the other side and more on their recent winning streak. Let me tell you about something that's really good, which is Tequila Mandala, award-winning artisanal small batch premium sipping tequila founded by a couple of guys just like you. Not you, Cappy, but Eastside Cappy, who was out of Don Cuco a couple days ago. All right, one from Jalisco, Mexico, the other one born and raised in SoCal, down in Downey, with a vision to create a sipping tequila meant for sharing with friends and loved ones. You've heard us talk about it. You've seen us post about it. We love those guys at Tequila Mandala, and they love us, and we have a happy marriage because we love each other. True love, okay? And you've seen those beautiful hand-painted round ceramic bottles, a conversation starter indeed. But have you tried the nectar of the gods inside those beautiful bottles yet? What are you waiting for? The Blanco, the Reposado, the Añejo, they're extra Añejo. So elevate your tequila game today and make sure Tequila Mandala is with you at your next occasion, the holiday party, anniversary, birthday party, you name it, man. Carne asada. Celebrate with Tequila Mandala today and follow their journey on their social channels at Tequila Mandala, available everywhere fine tequilas are sold. Visit their website, tequilamandala.com, to find a store or restaurant nearest you. Tequila Mandala, demand the extraordinary.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
I got Uggs. Me too.
Yeah.
But we can't rock them anymore.
I wear them all the time.
Do you really?
I mean, once it gets cold, they're boots, so they're kind of warm.
You wear them out in public, loud and proud.
Yeah, they're
okay.
boots.
Uggs all of a sudden became like not cool for guys to wear.
Why?
I don't know.
Tom Brady
I thought
wears
Tom
Uggs.
Brady brought them back. That's what I said.
It's Trav and D-Bar.
Back tomorrow morning after Greeny on LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Black Friday savings start now at Cardinale Way Hyundai. These are brand new 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid SEO convenience for just $369 a month for 36 months. Plus, enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty. Cardinale Way Hyundai just off the 91 freeway or at CardinaleWayHyundai.com. $369 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing. Includes 10,000 miles per year plus tax, license, and fees. Offer available to well-qualified buyers only. Subject to HMF credit approval. Expires 12/2/24.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California.
It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing, thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney. Visit realfathersrights.com or call 951-482-7517. Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this?
And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack.
Now we're doing it for a second time because this time we're doing it like properly when we were supposed to flow. Last time DeAndre had to kind of like piece it together. Christopher did a poor job on the first one.
Telling you, man, yesterday I'm at this Rams-Patriots game yesterday.
Yeah.
And at one timeout, they start hitting this song.
Yeah.
And I immediately stand up and start slapping the bass real high too, real high.
Yeah, you have
and
good
people
seats,
were,
I would hope.
They were really great seats. In fact, I will tell you, I go to our Laker games and I sit up in the 710 suite because I like to schmooze with everybody.
Yeah,
I'm not watching the game. I go to a Kings game. I'm in the 710 suite. I don't watch the game.
Yeah,
I went to this Patriots-Rams game yesterday, George. I sat in the stands, and I had the greatest freaking time. I was into the whole game. I'm high-fiving with people all around me.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And
Good
by the
for you,
way,
Cappy.
I am
How
now
was the
the
weather?
owner. Oh, my God, George. 60 degrees, sunny,
You don't get that
perfect.
a lot in November in Boston.
And I'd never been to Gillette Stadium before.
Right.
What a spectacular facility it is. But I am now the proud owner. It's still in plastic. I don't know what I'll do with it. But I have a Tom Brady jersey. It's the only jersey I currently own. I don't own
Why is it
jerseys.
in plastic?
It's because it's still wrapped. You know what I mean? Like it hasn't been taken out of the plastic.
So, you know,
yet.
I have, in storage somewhere, I have a Tom Brady signed jersey from his first Super Bowl.
Now, is it framed?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's different. This is the kind of jersey like people think you're going to wear. And I
bought that thing for like $500 in like 2004 or whatever.
Oh, it's probably a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
Might be worth a lot more than that.
It's in some storage in Florida. I
Somebody
should get it before that place sinks.
Yeah, really. somebody was telling me on Twitter today that when we were talking earlier about hoarding, and I said I had a whole bunch of VHS tapes, I do believe I have every Disney film ever made.
Oh, and someone in the community posted that you can get a lot of money for those things.
And I've got them all in VHS tape
In
boxes.
the original boxes?
The thing is that these VHS tapes, George,
Yeah. They're
they
all melted?
belong. They belong to my ex-wife. They did belong to my ex-wife.
Oh, boy.
However, possession is 9/10 of the law, my friend.
Listen, the last thing you want is to go back to court because of that, because now you've said it on the air. And
Right,
now they can use
right,
this.
right. Now
money.
I sold these videos for $30,000, right? And my ex-wife comes after me. She's like, "Those were my videos of
Right. You
the
wanna go to
Lion
court
King
for that?
No, I don't want to go to court. She can have them.
Just give them back to her. Tell her to sell them.
If I could find them,
Maybe she'll leave you alone for a little bit.
Maybe I give them back. I got to go find them. I got to go find these tapes.
Cappy, let's do what you need to know as we are commercial free here. Kirk Morrison is going to join us from Morrison Mondays in about 10 minutes. I will give you what you need to know, brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. The Los Angeles Lakers are putting up a new statue in the Star Plaza. Did you see who they are putting a statue for?
I did see this.
TBD.
Chris Morales said that it's an official holiday for you, George.
I don't know about an official holiday, but I'm, listen, my career would certainly not be where it is if it wasn't for one Pat Riley. So I'm very excited for him.
Yeah, Pat Riley, this is nice. I mean, listen, if you are a young person and you know who Pat Riley is, you probably associate Pat Riley with the Miami Heat.
Right? Because he's been there for nearly 30 years now. Basically.
Right. And so if you're the Lakers and you want to celebrate your history and you want to educate your younger fan base,
right,
then I think it's a brilliant move.
Right. I don't think there's any question. I mean, he's one of the greatest coaches of all time. I mean, the NBA, as a matter of fact, the NBA, when they did their greatest coaches of all time, both Pat Riley and Phil Jackson were in there. So
both deservingly so. But Pat Riley, as a player, I think he won a total of 1 championship as a player with the Lakers, 4 championships as a coach, and I think I read he maybe 1 as a broadcaster too. Does that sound right to you?
Might sound right. I can double check for you.
But I mean, listen, bottom line is he was the coach of Magic and Kareem and Showtime, and everybody who's listening knows what I'm saying. So I think it's really nice that they're doing it. But I will just say this, that when your career is over and you think, is he Miami's Pat Riley or is he the Lakers' Pat Riley?
Well, I think he's both.
He is both. But, sometimes when you're both...
listen, I'll tell you this. Knicks fans only had him for 4 years, and boy, did they miss him. They still miss him.
Yeah, but they don't consider him one of theirs. The Lakers consider him one of theirs.
No,
the Heat
I know,
consider
but
him one
I'm
of
saying
theirs.
the Knicks fans still are upset at the Dolan family because it was the father back then, James Dolan's father, who allowed Dave Checketts, who was the president at the time, to have Pat Riley walk out the door and then eventually went to Miami. Because remember, he spent time as a broadcaster again on NBC with Bob Costas after his Laker tenure. And then went to the Knicks after that. So
I do barely remember that, by the way. And just speaking of Bob Costas, I told you, George, flying to Boston and then flying back from Boston.
Yeah.
I watched the entire series that is Mr. McMahon on Netflix, and I forgot about these interviews where Vince McMahon is doing these interviews with Bob Costas and gets all up in Costas's face.
Right.
Because Costas was giving him some real hardball questions.
Yeah, that's old. Yeah.
I forgot. No, but I mean, it's not like it's something
New to
you see all the time.
Yeah.
So it was refreshing. Like, it refreshed my memory.
Like it's on Twitter every once in a while. Like, I've seen it. Even DeAndre's seen it. He shook his head.
He had an interview with.
And DeAndre may not even been alive when that interview happened.
Yeah, really.
He definitely wasn't.
Yeah, like there was another interview with Armin Katayan.
Oh yeah, I remember that one too.
And he slapped the
on
paper.
60 Minutes. Yeah.
And I just wonder, like you're sitting there, and there's Vince McMahon, and he, like, when you watch this thing, you realize he's a freaking big dude himself.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always tell, but it always looked like his jackets were always too big.
Yeah.
But he was all steroid and juiced out of his face too, like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know. And like I was sitting there thinking to myself, God, if I were Costas, like, is there any way I'd get back at him? Like, what's going to happen? Like, the crew's going to come break it up, but you look cool.
Right.
Like, you fought Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
You know?
So I wanted to look it up. Yeah, in the NBA named its top 15 coaches of all time, and both Phil Jackson and Pat Riley. Those are the two Laker head coaches.
Well,
that are
Phil
on that
Jackson
list.
should probably be number one at the top of that.
Well, they didn't have they didn't rank them. They just named them. As a matter of fact, I thought the biggest surprise on the list was Doc Rivers. To be honest with you, when they did
He's
that,
on it?
He was. He is on that list. Yeah.
Whose list is this?
It's the NBA's official list.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen,
Do you want to know the names? I can just run through them very quickly.
Let me hear them.
Red Auerbach, obviously, the Boston Celtics. Larry Brown, which I actually like them having him in there because I think that Larry was very underrated as a coach. I mean, look what that Pistons team did to the Lakers.
He's got a good website now, Larry Brown.
Not that Larry Brown.
Oh, different guy.
Chuck Daly, Red Holtzman of the Knicks, Phil Jackson, Casey Jones, Boston, Steve Kerr, Don Nelson, Greg Popovich, Jack Ramsey, Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley, Doc Rivers, Jerry Sloan, and Lenny Wilkins.
How about that? All right, good list. Well, I like what the Lakers are doing. Listen, here's the one thing about the Lakers. They definitely organizationally want to maintain the tradition, the history,
of course,
of the organization.
I think I know Boston has more longevity as far as their history, but I don't think you can tell the history of the NBA without the Lakers. I mean, the Celtics too, but I don't think there's any question the Lakers are the crown jewel of the NBA.
Yeah, like the Lakers do things that, like, okay, for example, Pat Riley absolutely deserves a statue based on his career.
Right.
But the fact is, he hasn't been around the Laker organization in like a really long time.
Well, he almost came back in 2004, right?
2004. I'm trying to think of what's going on back then.
Shaq so they were at the time that was in between Phil, like when Phil left.
Okay, so Del Harris probably.
No, Del Harris was before that.
Right, I'm saying Del Harris was the coach when Kobe was a rookie.
Right.
So then, was there somebody in between?
No, there was the Lakers. This was like during the right when Shaq and they lost to the Pistons. Okay, and then Phil leaves, and they had a coaching vacancy at that particular time, which I believe, if I recall correctly, off the top of my head, went to Rudy Tomjanovich.
Oh, this is Phil leaving?
Yes.
Phil's already okay. Got
After
it.
the first set of titles.
Got it.
Okay. And then in 2004, they meet with Pat Riley. Pat Riley, which the job eventually goes to Rudy Tomjanovich. Pat Riley says, well, I got to fix that Shaq and Kobe thing. And they're like, nah, we think Shaq's out. He's done. And then Pat realized, oh, well, if he's done, I can take him with me.
Yeah,
and
probably not the smart thing to do to tell him that.
That's how they traded Shaq to the Heat for Lamar Odom, Brian Grant, and Caron Butler.
But it's been so long since Pat Riley's had anything to do with the Lakers, and for all of this time, he's been involved with the Miami Heat, first as a coach, then he's been the front office executive and the guy who's running the whole organization.
Yeah. Well, he's been the front office executive the whole time.
Yeah, but he was also the coach.
He was the coach for a long time, yes.
Yeah, and he groomed Spoelstra so that Spoelstra, is like little Riley. But I think back to, what was it, a couple years ago when he went to Hawaii?
Little Riley.
Well, he is,
so
isn't
demeaning.
Why? Actually, it's a compliment.
So demeaning.
Well, you took it as demeaning. I think of it as a compliment.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to be little anything.
Is he not? I mean, Pat Riley, did Pat Riley not groom him to be who
but
he is?
Sure, but there's a lot of guys who groom people. Nobody likes to be known as little something or other.
Well, listen, my intent was to say that he should be flattered.
To be I don't know,
Little Cappy?
Yeah, you already have little Cappy.
I already have little Cappy, and I groomed him, and he's not and he's not insulted at all.
But he's also not a human being. He's a puppet.
Stop saying that. That's insulting.
Yes, there's that.
That
He's
hurts
a puppet,
feelings.
you
That
know?
hurts feelings.
You just made Eric Spoelstra little Cappy.
That hurts feelings. Don't do that, George. But the thing about it is, like, what was it, 2 years ago when Pat Riley and Magic Johnson took the
he took
Showtime
everyone
Lakers
to Hawaii.
Yeah, and that seems to me like the last thing I can remember.
And then he was at Michael Cooper's Hall of Fame induction.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Because that just reminds me of, like, the Lakers do things that are historic and important to their history.
No doubt.
But not necessarily part of their, what I would call their modern era. Pat Riley is not part of the Lakers' modern era. He's part of the
by
history.
any stretch, yeah.
And the same thing goes with Jerry West, right? Like, I mean, when Jerry West, they're honoring Jerry West right now, during the year, who passed, but we all know that it wasn't exactly a great relationship,
Yes. Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that Jerry West was an important part of the Lakers'
God,
history.
he was the logo and he was Mr. Laker.
Right. Yeah. So, may not be like the current relationship we're celebrating. It's the historic relationship.
Of course. As they should celebrate his history. As a matter of fact, not only should they celebrate his history with the team, but they should put his statue right near Kareem and Magic.
They also should make sure that the guy who did the Dwayne Wade statue is not the same guy that does the Pat Riley
Well,
statue.
he's the same guy who did the Kobe statues.
I understand, but I want Pat to look like Pat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when Pat arrives for that day, I would imagine I would imagine they'll just do it on a day that the Heat are here and they're playing probably next year or the year after, whenever it's going to happen. They'll fly through LAX, my home away from home, Cappy, which I will be. I told Lindsay, do you remember the number I told you of how many times I will be flying in and out of LAX over the next 6 weeks?
17.
17 flights, Cappy.
Oy vey.
Okay. Over the next 6 weeks. At LAX, changes are arriving daily to help me and you to reduce traffic, save travelers' time, and transform the traveler experience. The LAX economy parking structure now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding. Who doesn't want to get to their flight faster at a new facility? Check this out. We'll have all major rental car brands under one roof when your friends and family come to visit. And for you locals in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. So you'll be able to not even have to take your car. You can just go on the Metro to that Century Station right there outside of LAX, and then the People Mover train will take you right to your terminal. So check out the website for more information. Go to their website, flylax.com, for more info. That's flylax.com. So Morrison Mondays, Cappy. Kirk Morrison is going to join us here in just a second. We'll talk some football. In the interim, as we wait for Kirk Morrison.
I actually totally just forgot that we were commercial-free for 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you walk away?
I didn't walk away, but I stood up and started stretching, started texting my girlfriend, like, what are we going to do for dinner tonight?
Oh, we're having some mojo pork.
Mojo pork?
Oh, yeah, so good.
See, I had pulled pork sliders yesterday. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a mulita yesterday in your honor.
I loved the picture that you sent me. It looked like a nice mulita.
Yeah, I had to take a couple bites already. I was hungry.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
Nice
after the
mulita.
Bronny game, I had some mulita. But mine with carnitas.
You get it on the street?
No, I got it at a spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like the street.
Yeah, I got it at Tacos El Goloso in Harbor City.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
So let's talk to Kirk Morrison here. Morrison Mondays. Get the man's music going. There we go. There it is. Shout out Rich Homie Quan. So Kirk Morrison, we got a lot of football to talk. Now
we do.
Let's start with the Rams because I want to work my way around the horn here on a bunch of different teams. But let's start
Before we start, man, congratulations on another great call by you at Stanford this weekend. Louisville gets upset on the farm. Great call by George Sedano in what took the 20 seconds that took like 30 minutes. But
oh my God, it was insane.
Just want to congratulate you on a great call.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I was telling Cappy in the clip that's on the internet, it didn't have the real lead up, which I was very proud of. And you will appreciate this as someone who does college football. And I told Cappy this story. The backstory was every week I try to listen to these team podcasts, right? And Stanford has one called the TreeCast, the official podcast. And they usually have the coach on there and a player or whatever. So this week the player was the kicker, Emmett Kenny. And I'm like, do I really want to waste my time listening to this? And I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll listen to it.
So rude to the kickers.
And thank God I did. Because when that moment came, I told the story about how Emmett Kenny in a game against Arizona State 2.5 years ago broke his hip, Kirk, on a kick. and then got Wally pipped while he was rehabbing by Joshua Cardi, and then finally after the rehab and sitting behind Cardi, got his chance this year to kick his senior year again, and gets this moment on senior day. So the lead up was that he broke his hip in this game. And, it's been 2.5 years since he's gotten this opportunity this year, and now he gets a chance to try to kick a career-long game winner on senior day, and then he nails it. It was as good as it possibly could have been for me in a serendipitous way. I was so happy for the kid. It was awesome the way that game ended. 22-point underdogs, if I recall correctly.
Yes. And look, that's the message to DeAndre, okay? People always listening daily. Whether it's Lakers Talk Daily, whether it's the Treetop Podcast Daily, or whether it's Cappy just blurting out loud, just rambunctious things that's on his mind.
That's right.
Everybody's listening every single day. You never know when you could take a story and bring it to life, man. So, look, I know it was an awesome moment for you, man. Just want to congratulate you on that.
You want to know one last thing on that story? Is that the kid, here's what I love. I love that the fact that the kid got hurt, wanted to rehab, but there was somebody else who'd already taken his job. Rather than doing what most kids now do, what? I'm not getting my job back? Transfer portal. I'm going to the transfer portal.
I agree with you, but his two brothers also went to Stanford, so I think it's like, you're a Stanford family. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying is that that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to play for Stanford, so he stayed so he could finish his career. And what a great story and what a great ending to his career. All right, where do you want to go from here? Because I was at this Rams game yesterday.
So Cappy was there.
Yep.
Yeah. And the Rams did. Listen, it's like I told you. Chris Rock says, right? You're supposed to take your kids to the zoo. If you're the Rams, you're supposed to beat the Patriots, and they beat the Patriots.
Yeah. They were supposed to do what they did yesterday. Not surprised at how it ended up. I mean, it's an early morning kick, 10 a.m., the Rams got off to a sluggish start. This is what you expect when a West Coast team goes all the way to Foxborough, plays at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. West Coast time. They didn't start out fast, but whatever it is, Sean McVay and the offense, that young defense, the young Thundercats as I call them, when these dudes just figure it out, when they finally get caught up to the game, they are one of the best teams I think in the NFL, and they played like that throughout parts of the football game. And finally, guys, I was preaching this yesterday on the greatest pregame show in the Southland and all of Southern California, the Rams pregame show with me and Travis Rogers. I kept telling everybody, Sean McVay needs to transform himself into a defensive coach. He did that yesterday. He did that in the final moments. He could have tried to kick the field goal with Cardi to make it a two-possession game. He decided, no, I'm going to punt it. Put it on my shoulders of my young defense. And what did them young guys do, man? They come through with an interception and ball game. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the Rams yesterday, that this is a team right now being led by, get this, tell me if I get, we know about the fearsome foursome of the Rams a long time ago. I'm calling these four guys up front, Byron Young, Braden Fisk, Kobe Turner, and Jared Verse, the Inglewood foursome. They're not the fearsome foursome, but they're the Inglewood foursome, and those are the guys leading the way.
They are balling
like the
out.
idea.
No
like
doubt.
the idea. They need a better name. The Inglewood foursome's not going to cut it. But I will just say this. Hey, listen, you're right about it. The resilience that the Rams showed yesterday. Most people would never think about this stuff, but they played on a short week because remember they played Monday Night Football, and they went cross country as far as they could go, and they left on Saturday. So the game was on Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning. They left on Saturday. They weren't going to the East Coast. They weren't hanging there for a couple of days. They were in for business and out. Short week, early start, in real late. So, yes, there was a lot of resilience that win yesterday. You mentioned the defensive line. Braden Fisk, to me, is the guy, and everybody's got their own skill set. But this is the guy in the second round, may have been the steal of the draft so far.
Oh, no question. Verse is playing really well, too, and obviously they have familiarity playing together. Here's J.B. Long's Fisk facts as he put out yesterday. First Rams rookie with multiple games of 2+ sacks in his first 10 games. First rookie period since Micah Parsons in 2021. Tied Byron Young and Robert Quinn for most sacks by a Ram, 5 through his first 10 games. Fisk and Verse are the first Rams rookies with strip sacks in back-to-back games. Both guys balling out together. And I'm with you, Kirk. They are playing really good defense with this young group.
I just keep telling Sean McVay, hopefully he listens. Hopefully he's listening right now on Morrison Monday, that it's okay that you're an offensive guru, offensive-minded head coach, but he can also turn himself into Mike Tomlin or John Harbaugh or some.
Yeah, he's got the smarts for sure. By the
Just
way, Joe
because
Noteboom,
right now-
no Joe Noteboom, no
Yeah.
Jonah Jackson, 0 sacks, by the way. I just want to let everyone know.
0 sacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bo Limmer goes back to the center position. Another one of these rookies. We just talked about Fisk and Verse.
Yeah.
But what about Cam Kitchens, another rookie, gets an
Yep.
interception.
Mhm.
Bo Limmer comes back as a 7th-round center. He comes back into the lineup, no sacks for Matthew Stafford or no balls being spiked over his head, snapped over his head. Like, the Rams rookies are really taking care of business, and it's really helping Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. When the big three are together, and this is the big three, outside of Matthew Stafford, the big three, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Kupp, when all three of these guys play, man, the Rams, this offense is just different. And we very rarely have got a chance to see them over the last 2 years play together. But when they're whole, you saw what it looked like. Cooper Kupp was balling. Puka Nacua was balling. They both went over 100 yards, and Kyron Williams had over 100 yards of offense from scrimmage. That's the Rams offense that I expected. It was tough. Don't get me wrong. It was tough yesterday in New England, but they did what they were supposed to do. And guess what? They get a present. You know what the present is? The present is that, you get to play one of the elite teams in the NFC and the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday night. So that's what
DeAndre's
you get for winning
Eagles.
the league.
Yeah.
That's right, baby.
Cappy, are you ready to have this discussion with Kirk?
Yeah, I guess I'm ready. So, Kirk,
The worm has turned.
So-
y'all left. You too, Kirk. You laughed when I said
Yeah.
10 wins. It is looking good right now.
But Kirk, hold on. Here's my point.
Here we go.
Here's my point. Number
excuse
one.
machine is getting revved up.
Here comes the excuse machine. You ready? I'm going to go on a 30-second
Yeah.
tangent. Here goes. One.
Go ahead. I'm ready. Go ahead.
At the end of the first half, there should have been a grounding penalty, which did not get called, which would have run down the clock, which would have said that the Chargers wouldn't have kicked that field goal. That's number one. Number two.
That's 100%. Yep.
Later in the game, man, the Chargers did everything they could to try and give that game back. 3 and out, 3 and out,
God.
3 and out late.
Yes.
Not to mention, Cincinnati misses 2 field goals, both very, very makeable field goals. Look, bottom line, the Chargers have won 4 straight games. I give them all the credit in the world because chances are a team like that last year would have lost these games. But the combined record of these 4 teams, 12 and 30. So they're beating teams that are bad. I'm not taking anything away from them. Just wait until they've lost to Pittsburgh, they've lost to Arizona, they've lost to Kansas City. They play good teams. You'll see what happens. George, you're looking like you got some violin skills, buddy. What do you say, Kirk?
George,
what do you think about the Chargers?
They did everything possible to give that game away last night. I mean, every which away. I mean, they go in at halftime and they're comfortable. I mean, Zach Taylor was mad at halftime. And I'm like, all right, 27-6, this thing's probably about over. And all of a sudden, you just felt it, like, the charging. The charging was about to happen. And then when it got tied up and they start showing those cutaways, and all of a sudden you start to hear the Bengals fans inside of SoFi yesterday. And he's like, it's happening. It's happening. But they found a way to win. I was more – I think – and look, I never say this because I'm a broadcaster myself, guys. But we got to calm our guy Chris Collinsworth down.
Oh, I know. My God, you think he like he came from another another planet? Oh my God, like it's the first time he's ever seen these guys play. Chris, enough.
Did you see how did you see how he took the snap and was able to rotate the football in his hand before it? This is high level quarterbacking. Oh my God, what are we seeing? I'm like, Chris Collinsworth, like, relax.
Calm down, bro.
It's okay.
I'm with you.
Calm down. But other than that, look, they won a football game at home. They did what they were supposed to do. It was entertaining. I think that you can say what you want, and I think this is what's going on. A lot of people are respecting Jim Harbaugh, and they're doing it because wherever he's went, things have changed, and they've changed right away. Whether it was at University of San Diego that we've seen at Cappy, whether it was with the 49ers, whether it was at University of Michigan, at Stanford, now with the Chargers. He's turned the Chargers around, and I think everybody in the NFL is taking notice about how good of a coach Jim Harbaugh really is. Because if he's changing that thing around, then obviously he's got some good vibes.
So we're playing the violin. George
playing
is
the violin, yes,
strumming
for you guys.
along. You should see him if you're watching
know.
on YouTube. You can see he's got some skills.
Hey, Cappy, let's just be patient. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
All right,
Let's
so
be
what's
patient.
going to happen?
Hey,
Look, my prediction
just be
that you guys
patient.
mocked, 10 wins, they'll make the playoffs. That's it. That's all I said. And that would be an incredible season, and it's going to happen.
Hey, just be patient, George. I know you're
Okay.
feeling good, but just telling you, I was passing through Denver yesterday. Denver's not the same Denver. Kansas City now, they got their first loss. Their mindset is about just getting home field advantage, so they don't have to worry about the undefeated season. You still got a Raiders game upcoming. There are some things.
I mean, the Raiders are trash, dog. What are we talking about here? They're the worst team, arguably, in the league.
Oh, come on. Don't do that, George.
Hey,
don't do that.
George.
Sorry,
George,
Alex,
remember,
the security guard. I told you I wouldn't mention it, but Kirk's, struck
Don't
a
do
nerve.
that. Don't get crazy,
They're
George.
garbage, bro.
George, I'm telling
Garbage.
you, they could be. Hey, you can say whatever you want. They could be garbage. They was garbage last year, and they put 63 on them boys. So I'm just saying.
And now they have Harbaugh, who, as you pointed out, basically has turned every team he's had around.
The worm has turned. Yeah, but you know what? And I was listening to a podcast earlier. See, look, podcasts, they always get us right. The football podcast. Bill Belichick said the real true teams come out after Thanksgiving.
We'll see.
So we'll see what the real
But
team
I don't
looks
think
like
that they're like a
for the
great
Chargers.
team. I just think they're going to be a 10-win team because of a manageable schedule. And
27th in the NFL.
Okay, but that's what I said to you in the preseason. Their schedule is manageable, and they're going to make the playoffs because Harbaugh's a way better coach than Brandon Staley.
Hey, George, just be patient, George. Just
Okay,
be
so
patient.
what happens when they win 10? What happens when they win 10? Then what?
Hey, just be patient, George. That's what I'm saying.
I'm with you, Kirk. I'm with you.
Just be patient.
I know. George is new to this. George is new to the Chargers.
Just like watching BYU football. You just know. Just be patient. It'll happen. It may not happen when you want it to.
Oh, Cabby was very upset. And by the way, I thought the ESPN broadcast did an awesome job with Ratzliff, where he talked about he embraces the nickname the BY Jew.
I still haven't gotten my BYU T-shirt. I have not bought one yet. But that was an unfortunate loss for the BYU.
Yeah. All right. So I think we kind of covered everything football-wise. Did we miss anything?
Yeah. USC got to win.
Oh, they got to
Congrats
win.
to USC.
Yeah.
They got to win. They beat Nebraska. Congrats to USC.
Well, now they can be
So
bowl
good job.
eligible potentially. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Maybe. They still got to need one more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, two
Well,
big
it's a lot,
games coming up, though, for USA. I mean, you talk about salvaging a season. If you could
They
beat
need to beat
UCLA and
UCLA.
Notre Dame.
Well, they're not beating Notre Dame.
Well, but if they did. I mean, listen, who would have thought that? Who beat Notre Dame earlier this year? Was it Northern Illinois?
Northern Illinois, but
Right.
then they
So,
haven't lost since.
I understand, but USC's got
No, listen,
considerably more talent than Northern Illinois.
I don't think Notre Dame should even be in the college football top 10 because of that loss in Northern Illinois.
Right.
So I hope USC beats them so we can just rid ourselves of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Think about this. It's USC UCLA week, and nobody even cares.
Well,
That's
it's
crazy.
Monday. It's Monday.
Well, our station definitely invested in this one, but that's how far down these guys are in the Big Ten.
Well, and
this is just
UCLA
like a regular. Usually this game means something in the Pac-12, right?
Yeah.
USC's playing for either a title contention or a college football playoff. Hopefully, it's like these two guys are playing this weekend just so they can get out of the cellar of the Big Ten.
Well, and UCLA, who everybody was starting to all of a sudden hype a little bit, they're like, oh, maybe UCLA is making some moves, and maybe they're a better team than we realized, and then all of a sudden they lost. So listen, this is not
that worm has not turned.
No,
Gabby.
no,
That
no, it
worm
has not. No, I'll tell you another worm that hasn't turned, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys look so bad already. They just tried to fake a punt, and the punter threw the ball to the receiver right in the middle of the field, right in front of a defender. So they weren't even close to picking up the first down or fooling anybody. And now Houston's got the ball on Dallas's 37-yard line going in. So if anybody's watching Monday Night Football, other than me.
I will leave you guys with this. Will you guys be taking a nap when Tommy DeVito and the Giants versus Trey Lance starting for the Cowboys?
Yeah, 100%. I'm not watching that.
That may be the nap game. Like, do you have that's going to be the nap game. I'm going to watch the Lions early in the morning, but the Cowboys versus the Giants may be my nap game because I don't have a rooting interest at all. There's nobody I want to see play.
You might find yourself watching something else maybe. Maybe you'll find something else
That's
on TV
on
that day.
Thanksgiving, right? What time is that one at?
That's
probably the second
That's the
game.
middle one.
game.
Right.
That's the middle one. Yeah. All right, I gotta go, man. I can talk to you guys. Did you guys even watch Tyson and Paul?
I did not waste my time with that.
And
not
I'm going
even
to be,
1 second. I'm so happy I didn't.
And I will be talking about that in Dealer's Choice coming up later on this hour.
Yes.
Since George boycotted it, I have to talk about it because everybody watched it.
I had to watch it.
Me too.
Everybody watched it.
Nah,
It's
hell
just-
no. I
that
didn't
was
watch
the best
that.
thing going on Friday. George.
Hell
That was the best
no.
thing going
Hell
on.
yeah.
That thing was going to be a joke from the beginning.
It wasn't a joke.
Right. It wasn't a joke. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was great.
And by the way, because I watched it, I saw that girl fight that happened right before it, which was an amazing fight. Like that was like
amazing.
Hagler
She got
Hearns
robbed.
all over again.
Oh.
Seriously.
Man, she got robbed. That was the fight. I'm not the biggest boxing fan, but I watched that fight and I was invested. And I
Yeah, me
felt
too.
bad for the girl who lost. She got robbed.
You know what was a good fight? John
What's
Jones beating up on Stipe. That was a better. That was a good fight. Actually,
That was pretty good, man. That kick that he delivered. Oh man, that looked like it hurt bad.
He put him into retirement. Good old Stipe.
Put him in a retirement. Yeah. And then now the Trump dance is taking the world by storm.
Oh my
That's
God, the
new
dance
celebration.
between college football players, NFL players, and John Jones, the dance has taken off.
It's taking off, man. I'm telling you.
By the way, I am now looking at the Thanksgiving schedule. That is absolutely the nap game. There's no question about it.
That's the nap game. See, I told you, George. That may be the nap game, or you could actually go out and do, get a little walk in.
Now, are you doing? Are you doing?
That could be the exercise game.
I'm making sure my producer gets our college football meetings on Zoom on Wednesday, so we can do Thanksgiving and then fly Friday. I'm doing that. What are you doing? You doing that? You pushing for that?
That'll be the same.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pushing.
What game do you have?
We know.
We don't know yet for Thanksgiving, but.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
no, I
going
think,
back to
Kirk, we do know
Morgantown.
yours because your window has an ACC game, I think, right?
I mean, George, you're
We
not
do
going to get
have
that
an
piece.
ACC
You're not going to
window.
get the BC Pitt game that day.
No,
The day
I'm
after?
either going to be at.
No,
I'm either going to have
this-
Duke. I'm either going to have Duke Wake Forest that last weekend, or I'm going to have North Carolina State.
Yeah. So, Cappy, Pitt versus Louisville. They were. I'm sorry. Who is it? Who is it? Pitt versus Boston
You have
College.
you're gonna right. No, but that's on the
Yeah.
CW. You're gonna have
Yeah, that's on there.
Yeah, you're gonna have the Cal SMU.
SMU.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Cal
SMU's
SMU.
pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are.
That's a
I
good
don't
game.
mind going to. See, this is what I see. That's why I love talking to you guys, like my brothers. Get caught up with old friends. This is one of the great weeks of college football because it's never about the game. It's about the airport.
What do you have?
situation.
What do you have this week?
That's all you care about.
Yeah, what do you have
That's
this week?
all you care about Thanksgiving.
Because I'm
week.
in Berkeley this
had
week.
a-
I got the big game, Kirk.
See, look, that's a big game, but look, George, you have options.
Yeah. Oh,
You have
San
multiple
Jose.
airports.
I got San Francisco.
Yeah.
I got
You got
Oakland.
options.
I got 3.
Bro, I'm going back to Morgantown, Virginia.
Oh,
for the
damn.
West
second week
Virginia.
in a row this week.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yes, West Virginia.
You got to
I'm
drive to Pittsburgh.
West Virginia.
Yins are going to have to
I gotta
fly
drive
down
from-
Pittsburgh and at.
So this is what I did. I stayed in Pittsburgh for the weekend last weekend.
Nice.
Just like, oh, okay, cool. But I didn't realize there was a Dave Matthews Band concert on
Yeah.
Friday night. Pitt versus Clemson on
Right.
Saturday at
And then
Acrisure.
Steelers
Oh,
Ravens.
and by the way,
Yeah.
Steelers Ravens. So I'm walking around and,
Right.
and I'm just going outside my hotel, and it's a full-on Ravens football convention in the lobby. So that's what I had last week.
Yeah.
I got to hook you up with my son when you go to Pittsburgh and take you out for a nice dinner. Well, actually, you take him out for a nice
Right,
dinner.
because he's not going to pay.
Yeah,
No,
there we
no,
go.
you pay.
Tell him to holler at me. I'll be there Friday. Tell him to holler at me.
All right. He was at that Ravens Steelers game yesterday. He said the place was crazy.
Yes.
By the way, Kenzie Roberts says that's some major level hate being spewed on 710 right now about the Chargers.
Yeah.
Just letting you know.
I tell you.
Like I said, just tell him be patient.
Yeah,
just be patient.
It'll
Just
all-
wait.
it'll all-
It's okay.
it'll all
We'll
come
see
together.
if when the worm has officially turned and they've got 10 wins, I'll have the last laugh. So,
just be patient.
All right, Kirk Morrison. Safe travels
All right.
to Morgantown.
Thanks.
Later, dog.
See you.
All right.
There he is. Morrison Mondays. Cappy, we're way late. We
Yeah,
got
we are.
big deal or no deal, but tell us real quick about Seller's Advantage.
Yeah, let me just remind everybody about Seller's Advantage. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747. Real simple. If you want to sell your house, you want to sell it as fast as you can, but you also want to make sure you get the top dollar. What Seller's Advantage does is they walk through the door, they look around, and then they make you a competitive cash offer. They know every house that's been sold in your neighborhood. They know exactly what the house is sold for, and they're going to make you a competitive cash offer. They're going to say, hey, you don't have to paint the walls. You don't have to clean the rugs. You don't have to move your stuff out so that we can move stuff in and stage the house. We're ready to buy it right now at this price. And for you, it's real easy. You either say yes or no. And in many cases, If you want to make this thing happen real fast, they'll even give you $10,000 to help you move as quickly as possible. No complicated closing process. You don't have to worry about a contract falling through. They're going to make that competitive cash offer. You don't need to do any repairs, and you're going to get out of that house, and you're going to have all your money. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, sellersadvantage.com, DRE number 01961658.
Gear up and get out to Kelsey's at Pachanga, the top spot in the Temecula Valley to watch all the Monday Night Football action. Dozens of TVs means all your favorite games, plus a M&F food menu fit for the greatest fans. Sliders, loaded tater tots, pulled pork pizza, and a lot more. Plus, you'll find beers on tap and incredible craft cocktails at Kelsey's. Visit Pachanga.com and follow at Pachanga Casino on Instagram for info about special and exclusive NFL team appearances. We'll see you at Kelsey's at Pachanga.
Hey, guys, it's Cappy here, and let me talk to you about this issue of dealing with your homeowner's insurance. So your home floods, right? You have a big giant flood at your house, and you realize that the insurance adjuster is trying to pay you so little that you won't be able to repair the damage. That is when you call Avner Gatt. Avner Gatt is a public insurance adjuster who is on your side. Look, you can try and negotiate with the insurance company yourself. I've tried. You're going to find out very quickly it is not that simple. Avner Gatt and his team negotiate on your behalf to make sure you're getting the best possible outcome, not the insurance company. He and his team have been dealing with insurance companies for so many years. It's all they do. They've got the experience. They've got the industry know-how that you need on your side. Now, some of these folks used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team, and Avner Gatt himself has 20 years of experience in this industry. Avner Gatt has one of the largest teams of professional, licensed public adjusters in California, and yes, the size is important. Avner has a unique winning recipe for handling homeowners' insurance claims. No one, and I mean no one, messes around with Avner Gatt and his team. Call Avner Gatt, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256, or visit AvnerGatt.com. That's AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. You call Avner Gatt, 818-917-5256. Avner takes the call himself. Hello!
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical, because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Drive away now in the Hyundai Santa Fe with 1.99% APR for 72 months. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end December 2nd. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
You're busy enough this season without having to get up on a ladder to clean out your gutters. Whether you're tired of unclogging gutters or don't even know what your gutters look like, it's time for a permanent solution you can depend on with Leaf Filter. For Black Friday, don't miss your last chance to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters during Leaf Filter's most anticipated sale of the year at leaffilter.com/amber. Clogged gutters aren't just a nuisance. They can cause extensive problems like flooding, roof damage, rotting siding, foundation issues, and more. Leaf Filter uses award-winning patented technology to keep out everything but water. Call today to schedule your free gutter inspection and get a no-obligation free estimate. And don't miss out on your last chance of the year to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters with Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system. Schedule your free inspection at leaffilter.com/amber. That's their lowest price of the year, up to 35% off at leaffilter.com/amber. See representative for warranty details.
And it is Sedano. We cap your Monday afternoon. We'll get to big deal or no deal in just a moment. Today is National Princess Day. Oh, all right. And on this day back in 1990, CNC Music Factory released their legendary jock jam, Gonna Make You Sweat.
Yeah.
Also known as Everybody Dance Now. Sedano and Cap continues your Monday afternoon right now.
Here is the dome, back with the bass, pajamas live.
Freedom Williams was the singer here. And then Martha Wash was the actual singer, but they replaced her in the music videos, which was wrong. Because she's the one with the beautiful voice.
Yeah. As I recall, they thought the other girl had a better look.
Well, Martha Wash was a big woman, and they didn't like that. And by the way, she sang a lot of songs in that era for different bands.
She was in the Weather Girls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
She sang a lot of songs. We've had this conversation before, but she's had I feel like John Ireland. Oh, no, not the story again. Yeah, she sang a lot of those 90s songs and did not get in the music videos. But she got paid some.
It was a great line, though, that line of, it's your world, I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. So move your butt to the dance floor. Yo, what's up? Everybody over here, everybody over there. That's a great song. All right, I realize it's going back to the early 90s, but still, when I hear that song, I don't know how, but I remember the lyrics. I like that song.
Uh-oh. We got breaking news. We got a breaking news sound?
Tell me somebody's gotten fired. Come on,
Alvin
fire somebody.
Gonzalez, our friend Cappy at ESPN, covers Major League Baseball, reporting sources. The Dodgers are meeting with Juan Soto tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. That's I've seen that.
Okay.
I have seen that.
You have seen that.
I have seen that. I've seen that news. I've
Big deal or no deal? Because that's all we have time for. I'm going to ask you really quick. Big deal or no deal?
Well, it's a big deal because they're talking I don't know, $600 million.
At least $500 million.
Yeah.
Is to get in the conversation. So
that's
a big deal.
I'm going to say this right now.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Juan Soto to go somewhere other than the Dodgers.
Well, you don't like him because of the Padres thing.
No, it's not that. It's I want first of all, I love the Dodger team this year, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, I don't want the Dodgers to have everybody that they can just throw money at. There's a certain romance to, they can throw money at this guy and that guy and that guy, but it takes other guys to fill in.
But they did that. I mean, you think it's they had Shohei Ohtani and they still had the romance of random guys like Tommy Edman and a bunch of relievers.
Right.
So what is it any different if it's Juan Soto added into the mix and then a bunch of Tommy Edman and a bunch of relievers?
Because now you're adding in yet another
so if they
monster
add a
contract.
frontline monster contract pitcher, you're going to be okay with that?
Kind of, yeah.
You're just picking and choosing then.
Yeah, no, it's a one.
This is just faux outrage.
Nah, I don't think it is. It's half outrage.
Because if it was a $300 million pitcher, you'd be fine with it.
Yeah, listen, I'm not saying that the Dodgers aren't going to make moves and they're not going to spend money. They clearly are. But I just don't want to see Juan Soto go to the Dodgers. I'd much rather see Juan Soto. You know what I'd like to see him do?
Where?
I'd like to see him go to the Mets because that would take him away from the Yankees.
The Metropolitans?
Correct. Take him away from the Yankees, which would be oh, wow, the Yankees couldn't sign their guy. They went out and got him. They made trades for him.
Let me tell you, if Juan Soto leaves the Yankees, Yankee fans will absolutely melt down.
And if he goes to the Mets, it'll be even worse.
Yes,
yeah.
Agreed. All right, so that's big deal or no deal.
Oh, wait, really quick before we finish big deal or no deal, we need to remind DeAndre to get the name of the NBA player who said big bank don't take little bank or something like that.
Yeah, I have a game tonight at 7:30, so I will remind. I will try not to forget to ask.
Check. No. Here's what you do. Here's the move. Hey, man. Hey, excuse me. Hey, we played against each other last week.
No, you can just ask. He's got to sign in somewhere.
Right. You just here's what you do. Go, hey, you said last week that you wanted me to Google you, and I meant to Google you. I just don't know who you are. Could you tell me? And have Google out on your phone at that moment, so that when he tells you his name, you Google him immediately.
Seriously.
I'll be sure to Google.
Come on, dog, for real, do it.
I'm gonna text you at 7:15 and be like, hey, check that guy's name.
Ask him if he can get back in the NBA and Cappy can play him on Prize Picks.
I would love to play the guy on Prize Picks. In fact, DeAndre, we should have your whole league on Prize Picks.
Yeah, there we go.
DeAndre, what's your more or less number in terms of points tonight?
What do you think?
More than 5.
More than 5.
Okay, I'll go with more. I'll go with more than 5.
Yeah, me too. And you can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks, Cappy. It's the best way to get action in over 30 states, including here in California. And again, all you got to do is download the Prize Picks app, use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y, okay? $5 play, get you a $50 bonus.
Right, win or lose.
And you can get your money back if you win or if you have money in the account in less than 15 minutes in most cases.
I have never really taken my money out of the account. I started my Prize Picks account. I'm not joking with you. I started my Prize Picks account in September of 2023. I put $100 in the account. I've never taken the money out. It's only grown and grown and grown. So sometimes it was up, sometimes it was down. but you're going to have so much fun playing Prize Picks because you're going to watch your favorite game. You're going to watch the Lakers play, and you're going to, like the other night, I had Mike Tyson to land more than half of a punch. Check, win, no problem. But I also had LeBron James. This was when they were playing San Antonio. You'll have to check me on this on Friday night. I had LeBron James to score like more than 22.5 points, and he kind of let me down. So I was, when you play the two players, it's either you win both or you lose, That's why I like to play the 6 players because 5 of 6 pays, 4 of 6 pays. So you got to download the Prize Picks app. Use our code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Make a $5 play, get a $50 bonus. And let's win some money together, George.
Yeah, let's do it, Cappy.
All right. Prize Picks. Run your game.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your real estate. 1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your real estate.
Cars for Kids accepts all kinds of real estate donations. Turn your challenging or unused property into a brighter future for kids and get a tax deduction for the full appraised value of your property. Visit carsforkids.org or call today. That's Cars for Kids Real Estate.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your real estate. Donate your real estate.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2024.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Score a win with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup options. Amazon Pickup is a convenient and secure way to collect your Amazon packages from locations that are near you. Choose an Amazon locker or counter. Whether you're hustling between home, work, or your usual game day spots, grab your packages on your schedule. Amazon Pickup is the worry-free option for the times when home delivery isn't ideal. To find your nearest Amazon Pickup location, go to amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. I have teamed up with Travis and DeMarco to tell you about personal injury attorney Joseph S. Normand and his all-star legal team.
We've been talking about the law office of Joseph S. Normand for months, and they've helped listeners achieve maximum compensation that they deserve in an accident.
Getting into an accident can be scary and frustrating dealing with insurance companies. Let the Normand All-Star team handle it for you. Visit normandlegal.com or 213-747-2000.
The law offices of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000.
Hey guys, it's Sedano here. You know it's hard to find a good dentist for your kids, someone who they can trust and enjoy going to the dentist with. Luckily, we found Children's Dental Fun Zone. With 17 locations across Southern California, Children's Dental Fun Zone specializes in children's dentistry and orthodontics. With state-of-the-art equipment and personal attention your children deserve. To book your child's next appointment, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com. Or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Toto Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going, and going, and going.
Yes! Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
You're busy enough this season without having to get up on a ladder to clean out your gutters. Whether you're tired of unclogging gutters or don't even know what your gutters look like, it's time for a permanent solution you can depend on with Leaf Filter. For Black Friday, don't miss your last chance to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters during Leaf Filter's most anticipated sale of the year at leaffilter.com/amber. Clogged gutters aren't just a nuisance. They can cause extensive problems like flooding, roof damage, rotting siding, foundation issues, and more. Leaf Filter uses award-winning patented technology to keep out everything but water. Call today to schedule your free gutter inspection and get a no-obligation free estimate. And don't miss out on your last chance of the year to save up to 35% off when you protect your gutters with Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system. Schedule your free inspection at leaffilter.com/amber. That's their lowest price of the year, up to 35% off at leaffilter.com/amber. See representative for warranty details.
And it is Sedano and Cap final segment on this Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. Coming up next, Trojans Live. At the top of the hour, recapping that big win Saturday at the Coliseum. Also looking ahead to USC UCLA rivalry week. And then after that, Lakers talk with Andy Kamenetsky until 9 p.m. tonight. It's time for the Real Deal Seller's Advantage final segment, where Cappy's going to give us a beautiful nugget of stuff. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow for a live Imaging Tuesday at 3 p.m. Sedano with Cap. Your Monday afternoon right now.
Nailed it.
Cappy, I just need to tell you something. Emily texted me when Kirk came off, and I talked to him on the phone to confirm. Apparently, Kirk did the Rams pre- and post-game show from the Denver airport at the baggage claim, plugged in his Comrex there somehow.
That's awesome.
Wow.
No way. That's like a dartboard.
Because he got stuck. Right, very much so. So we spoke to I spoke to him about it, but and
Unless
then
he used the Comrex on his phone, maybe.
No, he says he plugged in his Comrex at the airport, is what he said on the phone to me.
That's awesome.
So, Kirk, if you're still listening, send the picture, man. I want to see it. And then I asked Emily, did my kids behave on Friday night when she was babysitting them? And she said yes. So
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
So let me just say this, that one thing we haven't talked about yet today, and it's primarily because, George, you were opposed to it and therefore didn't watch it, whereas I think most people did watch it.
Oh, no. I was opposed to it and didn't watch it, but I'm willing to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I think it was a sham.
Well, I mean, you
It
say
was
a
a
sham, but I got to say one thing. You know what the problem is? Here's the thing. When Mike Tyson was in his prime, I would buy every Tyson fight.
Sure.
And then what would happen is Tyson would knock somebody out in the first round, and then we'd all be disappointed. Like, oh,
Not me.
man.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, but, like, I paid all this money, and I got 30 seconds, you know? And then,
I mean, you should be used to that.
Well, I don't usually have to pay the money.
Well,
the
so I'm
30,
saying. No, but
the
the
30
second
the
part
30
is what I was
second part
referring
is
to.
plenty of time. You know what I mean? To enjoy yourself, all right? But, like, when I said this the other night on Twitter, I said,
low-hanging fruit.
I said, they got me again.
They got you.
And somebody said to me, no, they didn't get you. It was part of your Netflix subscription, so you didn't have to pay more for it. No, you don't get what I'm saying here, smart guy.
Your time.
My time, my emotion. I watched the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson preliminary fight documentary.
Oh,
I watched the weigh-ins. I followed everything on social media. In my heart of heart, I really believed Mike Tyson at 58 years old was going to knock this kid out. What was I thinking?
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking.
I mean,
clearly.
the
You weren't
script
thinking.
the script is so obvious.
You're
the
not
script,
the only one, Cap, because Shaq bet like $1 million, didn't he?
Right.
For Tyson
like,
to win.
And the script is
I don't
so
believe
obvious.
Shaq actually did that.
That's what he said.
Well,
Shaq says a lot of things.
look, all I'm saying is this. The script was obvious.
By the way,
right? What?
Looking forward to having
Shaq?
inside the NBA crew here.
Charles Barkley.
Well, maybe not Shaq. I think Shaq could be a free agent. I may be wrong about that.
But Ernie said he wasn't going to leave TNT.
Right,
and
but
now
they're
all of a
not.
sudden he
They're
is.
staying in Atlanta.
Right, so they can do it's like I guess TNT still has it and ESPN
it's
televises
leasing the show out,
Yeah.
just like they do with Pat McAfee.
So look, here's a last thing about Mike Tyson. I guess what I'm saying is I honestly made myself believe that Tyson was going to knock him out, but the script was obvious. Like Jake Paul's going to fight other people. Jake Paul's going to make a lot more money with these celebrity boxing matches, and Mike Tyson doesn't want to get humiliated. He doesn't want to get hit hard. All he wanted to do was get in there, dance around, and at the end of the night go, hey, he's a good kid, and I made my money, and I'm walking out. And when I say they got me again, I invested all my time, energy, and emotion into it. And in the end, I got 16 minutes of guys dancing around. And Mike never really looking like he posed a real threat.
Yeah.
So, shame.
I sent you the pic. Emily just sent it to me of Kirk and his setup at the Denver airport sitting in the baggage claim.
That's hilarious.
Did you see? Do you have the picture?
I have it.
It's amazing.
How is he plugged in? I'm trying to see how he plugged in.
There's an Ethernet cord plugged in there, and then he's.
Oh, my.
And
Wait a second. I don't see that. I'm looking for
Tell
it.
us about Abner Gatt, Cappy.
All right. Well, I will tell us about Abner Gatt. Hey, listen, here's the thing about Abner Gatt. I want you to use Abner Gatt's website because Abner Gatt's website is going to tell you about all the different services that Abner provides. Water damage. If you are experiencing water damage in your home, we can help you manage your water damage and your homeowner's insurance claim so that you get the settlement you're entitled to. Fire damage. Have you recently experienced damage to your home? We can handle the paperwork. We can handle the negotiating so that you get what you need. And if it's theft or loss, if you've been a part of, if somebody has robbed your house and taken your stuff, you know how violated you feel, and you got to make sure that you have the right people on your side to help you get the money that you're supposed to get. So you expect your homeowner's insurance company to take care of you, but it is not that easy. That is why you call Abner Gatt. Abner Gatt will handle the homeowner's insurance company. Call him immediately if you need him. 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256, AvnerGatt.com, AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. You call, he answers. You'll know it's him when you hear him famously say, hello.
Cappy, great job today. The worm will turn again, and you will. We will get closer to 10 wins. You'll see.
Who's got it better than us?
Great job, DeAndre, Lindsay, the entire crew back there putting the show on the internet, and great job of the Circle, even Christopher. Thank you to Kirk Morrison. Thank you to Emily for sending those pictures. Coming up next, it is Trojans Live, and then Andy Kamenetsky with Lakers Talk after that. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See you.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season?